Mine. Bring it on, pretty boy. You're looking for a fight, I'm more than happy to give you one. Let's end this. You know, I'm always up for a bit of late night wrestling. Stop, was I? Stop, behave. Good day, good peeps. Another fine day in the year of the paradigm. Toonlink Dave, Bravo Dave, and all me know cars. If you know me as the man who is currently in Chicago. Probably when you're watching this, I'll be at a convention. I keep going to these conventions and I keep meaning to actually post on social media some things that I am doing and seeing, and then I don't, because I never post to social media outside of YouTube. So maybe that will change, but I will try and take some more pictures this time. I'm saying this now, I probably won't. I'm gonna be real with myself. But this is seconds after last episode. I'll be recording a little bit more of this on another day before I leave. But I want to get a good chunk of this so I can have an idea of how much time I want for like a good 2-hour recording. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I still think this guy is up to it, or somebody is up to it. There's also a world where, I guess, the mysterious person over here who is a drunkard. Who the hell? Snore. I feel like that's different. That's different verbiage, actually. I want to peek you're outside. Utter lack of police intervention is one of the biggest flaws of living here. Oh, don't get me wrong. We don't intend to leave. And besides, we haven't have anywhere to go anyway. Tragic. And that's our vacancy unless... Imagine we were able to open it. There's also, I suppose, a world where you could kind of be behind it. No, you're old man Tance. Good grief, those whippersnappers are at it again. I was a lad full of spirit and vinegar. Spitting vinegar, that's right, spitting vinegar, I love it. Back in my day too, but, well, you know what, he said back in my day, let me give it to him. I was full of spitting vinegar back in my day too, but they spend all that energy on something more useful than fighting they should. I didn't have fights back in my day. All I had were trees, and we had to take the trees and we had to leave them in the lumber yard. Where am I going? Where am I going? All right, anywho, let me get myself together. She's at which restaurant? This one, probably. Oh yeah, there she is. There's the girl. What's up, girl? There's not enough seats here for us, huh? Hehe, I knew you'd come crawling to me. Hey, how you know? How you know? Stop it. Don't be shy now, have a seat. Like I promised, it's my treat, so get whatever you like. There's not enough chairs here. That's awfully kind of you, but we'll have to respectfully decline the dinner. How about we stick to exchanging information? Boo, you're no fun. Hey, I can be fun though. Are you trying to make a statement that you're imperious to bribes, rather? Unlike the upper echelons of CPD? What? I don't see the problem with it. If you're buying, I'd be happy to go to town on some free food. I would also accept as long as you do not have ulterior motives. It's probably okay. I don't see the harm in sharing a casual meal. You too, Ellie? Haha, looks like you're the only one worried about Big Bad Grace's shady dinner invite, Lloyd. How are you ever going to become a pro detective if you're not willing to bend the rules every once in a while? Alright, I get it already, but no alcohol. Thank you very much for the meal. I don't trust her. Okay, they brought an extra seat. And we're sitting next to Ellie. How cute. The chef here is highly skilled. Munch. This food is very satisfying and does not interfere with my circuitry. It's kind of hard to savor something without having a good drink. Come on, Lloyd, don't be such a hard ass. One sip ain't gonna kill me, you know? Absolutely not. We're still technically on duty, you know? We have to keep our wits about us at all times. Yeah, whatever. Our leader's as stubborn as a damn mule. I believe the problem is that you're far too loose with the rules, Randy. I'm gonna have to agree with him. Drinking on the job is highly inappropriate. You guys are so entertaining. Your personalities are wildly different, yet you fit so perfectly together. I think the four of you really make quite the team. I can't wait to brutalize you in my next report. I hope you know that flattery really isn't going to get you anything. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. We've been told, we've now told you everything we know about the incident in the downtown district. You seem to recall, I seem to recall rather, that you had the missing piece of the puzzle earlier. Isn't it about time you filled us in on it? Well, what if I told you that I don't wanna? I suppose we would never, we would have to never trust you again, lmao. Further, today would be the last time we would ever be speaking with you. Lloyd, oh my gosh! Hey, man's went crazy on her. Oh, calm down, I was just messing with you. But I gotta say, you really are cute when you bust out in that serious face of yours. Maybe it's because you are such a charming contrast to your usual soft and friendly disposition. Okay guys, how about we get back to work? Yes, that sounds fine to me. Thank you for the meal. Don't be like that. I said I was kidding, didn't I? Randy didn't say nothing. He was like, no guys, I like her. You really want your puzzle, right? Fine, I'll tell you, I promise. Where do I begin? Okay, first, are you familiar with a group called Ravash? Sounds like a third party. That name. What's up with you two? Your jaws just dropped down straight to the floor. Ravash & Co. I believe there's a business in Crossbow registered under that name. Well, that's what they present themselves as, your average law-abiding citizens. The truth of the matter is they're actually Crossbell's Mafia. Oh! Right. They've been controlling the dark underworld for a time. I forgot all about the Mafia boys. I should have been like, oh yeah, maybe it was them. The Mafia. Okay, so here's the thing. As a man who is a part of the Mafia, in my wildest dreams would I never expect the Mafia to just beat people up on the streets. We would never do that. We're public servants. Is what I've told myself, which may or may not be starkly contrasting actual mafias, and I need to keep that in mind when I'm playing games. Go on. Makes sense. I definitely heard nasty rumors about there being a mafia in Crossbow. Guessing this news doesn't come as a surprise to either of you. Yeah, it's pretty hard to be in the dark about them if you're a Crossbellian. Their organization has a vast network of connections, including some very powerful people. Based on what I've heard, it's very difficult that the police, because of this, the police find it difficult to take any action against them. Huh. I guess the underbelly of society is pretty much the same no matter where you go. So, what does Ravash have to do with this incident? More than you'd think. I've been hearing that Ravash's bigwigs have been very active recently, suspiciously so. It's hard to pin down exactly what they're up to, but they're definitely getting ready for something big. Noticing this, I've decided to do a bit of an investigation on my own side. So the Mafia is making a move, what could they possibly be up to? Whatever it is, it certainly sounds ominous. I have a terrible feeling about this. So it must be what brought you to the downtown district today, correct? What? Bingo, my friend. One of my sources let me know about, 2 weeks ago, there were a few members of the Mafia snooping around the area. They were dressed inconspicuously, as though they were trying to conceal their identities. Doesn't that smell awfully fishy to you? Yeah, it definitely stinks. Worse than a skunk feasting on 2-week-old fish. Agreed, something feels out of place here. Like me when I was a kid trying to push the square peg into the round hole. It's unlikely that each gang would simultaneously and independently choose to attack one another. A third party, orchestrating things from the shadows, however, would explain exactly what happened. There's still something I don't understand. Why would a criminal organization want two delinquent groups to antagonize each other, correct? Right, that's the million-mirror question. It makes sense if they were already harboring a grudge against one another. Right, as far as I know, there haven't been any serious conflicts between them before now. Though all three groups might be on the violent side, the Mafia are professionals, the gangs are amateurs next to them. So there's nothing Ravash stands to gain. I don't see a reason why they'd interact with them. Well, I mean, you said that members of the Ravash are a part of the higher-ups. So there is a world where, I don't know, maybe they're a part of the police or something, or X, Y, and Z. I'm not sure. Well, what if one of them would form an alliance with the Mafia to off the rival group once and for all? That's what's going on. It'd mean that the attack on themselves was staged to throw off suspicion. I'm a bit doubtful they'd go quite that far, because it seems like they were, like, friends. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't get the impression that Wazi and Vald are on bad terms with each other. If anything, I felt they had sort of mutual respect for one another. Oh, that's quite an astute observation, Lloyd. Color me impressed. You're right, as far as I'm aware, Vald and Wazi are, or Wazi rather, view each other as good sparring partners. Originally, Vald's Silver Vipers were, I'm sorry, Saber Vipers, not Silver Vipers. I'm thinking the Silver Snakes from Legends of the Hidden Temple. Every time I read their name, that's what my brain autocorrects it to. Were the only gang in downtown district. However, that all changed 2 years ago. Wazi showed up out of nowhere and established the testaments. And we know how Vald is, rather. Obviously, he went up to put Wazi in his place, but Wazi, rather, took him down. 2 for 2, wow, you're good. Despite his charming looks and small frame, Wazi is a skilled martial artist. I heard he managed to take Vald by surprise, rather, with his lightning quick moves and pinned him to the ground. 1, 2, 3. Wow, I was not expecting that. Dang, that cute little kid's really that strong, guess you can't judge a book by its cover. No kidding. I told you, y'all, he's got gray hair. I know from experience that Vald is no pushover either. He might have underestimated Wazi that first time, but they fought a number of times since then, and basically they're evenly matched. I think they respect each other precisely because of the history they share. I see. So they're not just rivals, they see each other as equals. Suppose that rules out any likelihood that either of them form an alliance with the Mafia to crush each other. Right. And their respective gangs are so loyal, I doubt this could have been a few subordinates acting out of line. Huh. This can really only mean one thing. Hehe. I may have divulged a little more information than I should have. Huh? How do you mean? I'm a part of the Mafia. Well, I've got some interviews to take care of, so I'll be off now. What is Grace's deal? And why is she so attractive? Kick some butt with your investigation. I'll be eagerly awaiting a good scoop once you're done. Toodles! Is she from the Mafia too? She certainly has her own unique way of doing things, doesn't she? But it's all thanks to her that we were able to get some valuable information. Yeah, knowing that the Mafia is likely involved with this mess is a huge leap forward in our investigation. Now the real question is, why did the Mafia get involved with this? It's gonna be a tough one to figure out with the limited evidence that we have right now. I do not recall seeing any relevant information in the police database either. Pardon me. Assuming it is there somewhere, it is likely locked behind multiple levels of authorization. So basically it's classified, huh? That seems to be likely considering all the people the Mafia has in their pocket. Alright, let's head back to the SSS and see what Chief Sergey has to say about everything. As much as I'd love for us to solve this case, the situation is starting to become larger than we can handle. You're right. Yeah, let's head back. Hopefully the old man will actually be there this time. He's actually a part of the Mafia. Bong bong, ba-da-dong. Hey, what's up? So, how's your food? It's great stuff, right? Daddy's such a good cook. Oh, you're here! Isn't there any place around here that has cheap rent? City Hall told me to look in this area, but I haven't found anything yet. Hey, you should try the downtown district where the police don't care about. Good for her. Or I guess bad for her, actually. Alright, well, let's leave. I think we're done here. It is interesting that they keep putting her... We have not actually been formally introduced to her. Alright, so where are we at? What are we doing? What's the moves here? What's the moves? So we need to go back to the Triple S. However, I think last time there was a note. Doom da doom. Da da doom da doom doom doom. Before Sergey, dialogue in the city is updated. I don't think you'll get this far, so I won't list it all, but just in case, I did. I did get this far, and I guess I'll go ahead and talk to some folks, but we have our first hidden quest in the Bracers Guild. So let's talk to him. We said we would talk to him later. Excuse me, Michelle, we've come back like you asked us to. So what did you want to show us? Well, there you are. How cute of you to come running like a group of puppies when I call you. Haha. Well, if I remember correctly, you mentioned you had some sort of plan to measure our competency. You sure did recall correctly. If you're feeling up to the challenge, what do you say about taking a little test, huh? What kind of test is it exactly? Oh, something too complicated? I'll put 10 questions at random from our test bank we use in the written portion of our braces exam. That way I'll be able to know if you're at least as knowledgeable as a junior bracer if you manage to get all 10 of them right. However, if you were to fail, there will be no place for us to operate in Crossbow where some of the continent's greatest bracers have gathered. Am I correct? Man, talk about putting on the pressure. So this one question we're labeled a bunch of dumbasses. That's kind of a raw deal. Psh, not at all. I'm not doing this to put you guys down. That's just not my style. Here's a tip for you. You can study the stuff that's going to be on the exam over at the public library in the administrative district. Remember, I'm giving you this test to see if you'll actually be worth your salt when it comes to helping the citizens of Crossbow. So you guys up for the challenge? I guess I accept. Sure, we'll give it a shot. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yo, Lolo, are you sure about this? Yeah, I'm not too worried, and honestly, we had to take similar exams back at the academy. Besides, it's almost like I'm running away now if I back out of it. It wouldn't feel right. I understand what you mean, and I agree. Likewise. Guess there's nothing more to say then. Let's do this. Wait, can I study first? I like that feisty attitude. By the way, Lloyd, I get the impression that you're the leader of the group in a way. Want to take a crack at answering the questions on behalf of everyone else? Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, I love that look in your eyes. It gives me the willies. Oh, wait, hold on. Can I not... Okay, I got it. No, it's starting now? Well, maybe I can remember some of this. This one will be a cute freebie to get you warmed up. As you know, the Orbital Revolution brought forth technological advancements of orbits to our continent. How many years ago? The years have changed. I thought I would get a chance to study this. I thought I could accept it and then I could go study it. I should have saved before I did this. Why have I done this? Why have I forsaken myself? Why do I keep forsaking myself? So, I know that the Orbital Revolution is either 30 or 50 years ago, and I'm trying to think in my brain that this is not that much longer ago than we're in like 1140 now, is that right? I think the revolution started before 1100. I think we're in I might be bold. I might be bulling this actually. I know it's not 10. I've heard this a bunch. I think it's over 50 years ago. It's over 50 years ago because of the... It could be 30 though. I feel in my gut saying, I don't think I saved not super duper long ago. Pretty sure it happened 50 years ago, right? Am I screwed already? I need some easier questions. I need some things that I actually know, my guy, please. Don't let it get to your head. That was a freebie. That was the freebie. That means I'm effed. Properly doomed. It's really crazy to think about all the orbital technology that has advanced in the last few decades. Back when I was a little kid, I never would imagine riding in the car as something as fast as an orbital car. Seems like something straight out of a fairy tale. That's one hurdle down. Anyway, now into the next question. Numero 2. The driving force behind the Orbital Revolution was all thanks to one man's prototype orbment. This is another gimme, but who's the creator of said orbment? No, it's... This is a good trick question if you have not read the books. He was like, oh yeah, Russell, but it's definitely Epstein from Epstein. It's Professor Epstein because it's the whole Epstein Foundation. I know this one, it's Professor C. Epstein. I didn't know it was C, to be honest. Hooray, you got the right answer. Did you guys know that people were skeptical of its invention at first? They were just, they probably just didn't see how big of a deal it was. But once people began to realize, how gosh darn useful they are, they quickly became integral parts of our daily lives. The Epstein Foundation has made great efforts towards research and adoption of orbital technology. That much is common knowledge. The orbital staff I use for combat also falls under the Foundation's research efforts. Oh yeah, Tio totally mentioned that she's employed by the Epstein Foundation, correct? That was a close call. She probably would have given me quite the glare if I screwed that one up. Enough chit chat, next question. There's 10 questions. This is all low-key effed. We all know that quartz are the key component to any orbital device. And to synthesize quartz, you need sepith. And when I talk about sepith, what specific form of sepith am I referring to? It's fragments. Or is it crystals? It's not processed. I know we've had both of these. I think I see fragments more often. I really might see crystals more. Well, no, I think monsters. Oh, do monsters drop crystals? Oh, screw me. Man. You know what? I said fragments first, so I'm just not gonna. I've gotten the first two right, so let's just ride out with it. I believe they're septium fragments. Please? Because I'll go back and I'll redo this. Oh, heck yeah, you got that, buddy boy. Septium fragments are refined into quartz, which we use for our orbital devices. Monsters are inherently entrapped into sepith, or septium rather. So they end up, it's septium crystals and sepith fragments. I don't know. I'm confusing myself now. Defeating critters is an easy way to gain sepith, so keep that in your back pocket. Yeah, so far so good. These all are really common questions. So prepare for question 4. Our good friend, the Erebonian Empire lies to the west. Then I was right, Calvar's to the east. Look, y'all, I like to pay attention to these games sometimes. Its important and overwhelming existence can be felt by all Crossbellians. I imagine you've probably seen their emblem before. Screw me. Wait, no, I learned this from, this Golden Stallion. That was on What's-His-Face's quiz. Campanella. Campanella, hey, I know you can break the fourth wall. This is me literally thanking you from the other side. From the other side, this has to be Golden Stallion. Because the gauntlet is ours and the White Falcon is nothing. They have the Golden Stallion. Yeah, nay is what I would say. Oh, I'll say if you were wrong, but you're right. Yeah, no. Thank you. Thank you, my guy. Thank you, Campanella. You came through for me. You came through for me, Campy. Alright, it's no secret that the pride of Erebonia is its unmatched military might. The Golden Stallion is a symbol of that power, and thus is their country's emblem. There was once an order of knights in the Empire known as the Eisenritter, or the Eisenritter, known for their employing cavalry, so that may be why the Erebonians did Golden Stallions as their emblem. We're not even halfway through this, are we? That was 4. Yeah, this is 5. Oh boy. Known as the Calvar Republic, sits on the east, which we know. It is no exaggeration that Crossbell's entire history revolves around the long-term struggle between, Crossbell between, you know, Ereboni and Calvar, we know that. What is the name of the primary manufacturer of orbital and heavy machinery for the Republic? Well, it's down to 2, and I'm guessing, because I've heard of both of them. So hear me out. I think, so I know Zeiss is in Liberl. Rainford, Vern. So I'm going I'm going on a long shot here. I think I've heard Rainford more often. And I'll be real, I hear about Crossbell less often. And I think that's where I am at this point. So in my mind, it should be Vern if that's the case. Because I feel like even maybe like Olivier or Mr. Big Bad Guy maybe mentioned Rainford. I don't know. I really don't know for certain. For all I know, Rainford could be anywhere. It could be here. Not for nothing. I don't... which means it could be Crossbell. At least, but the problem is I've heard of both of these, is the problem. If I went over there to study, I would have been fine. I really do think it might be Rainford. I don't want to look it up, is the problem. Rainford. Vern. Okay, so, hear me out. Do I have a marker anywhere? So, Rainford, no. Rainford, no. Rainford's either from Erebonia or it's from the place. The evil organization, the Ouroboros. I can't really call them like truly evil, I guess. Cause I think Rainford was in relation to either Joshua or to Rain, and I think one of them had something to do with that. I feel like one of them mentioned it, and they weren't real Cross-Bellion people. They were more so Erebonian people, even through the tragedy from where Joshua was. So I feel like it's not Rainford. I mean, I could just be BSing. At this point, I could be BSing bad. Let me just pick something so we can get out of the way. What do you mean this one's easy? Bro, I didn't read, my guy. Vern, baby, Vern. That's exactly right. Whenever he's confident about it, I feel better. Oh boy. That's only half. They need to give me something easier. Come on, man. Calvard's Vern Company. It is Erebonia's company. I was onto something, y'all. I was onto something. However, it's not only fair to discuss their weapon development, they're also responsible for, stuff. Making vehicles, appliances, and plenty of nifty items. Whew, another question down. Lead in for that one threw me off a little bit, so I'm glad I got it right. Yo, I'm screaming. This looks like we made it a little past the halfway point now. You're giving it a valiant effort, thank you, please. Nice job, fearless leader of ours. You keep this up and we'll have no problems plowing through the rust. You're doing great, Lloyd. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm screaming. I'm crying. I'm crying and screaming. Come on, guys. I think I've been pretty impressive. I don't think I've been really that impressive, rather. Look, you say that it's all common knowledge. I've guessed for maybe 3 of these. I can't say I've guessed. I've gotten down to 50-50 for 3 of these, and I think I've reasoned myself, but my reasoning could have been wrong. So maybe I am remembering things, because when he goes through and he says, like, this is this and this, I'm like, okay, I'm right, but I feel like I don't feel like I'm right. Okay. We still got 5 questions. You've had enough warm-up. It's time to up the ante. I hope you're ready. Shall we begin? No, can I take a bracelet? I can't. A catastrophic event known as the Great Collapse befell our continent a long time ago. I do not remember this at all. The disaster resulted in the complete loss of civilization and fractured people into different factions that waged war on one another for many centuries to follow. This period was known as the Dark Ages and was eventually ended by one such faction that rose triumphant. They organized themselves to bring order and justice to Zemeria, allowing for the rebuilding of society. I really don't know what he's talking about at all. I don't know what he's talking about at all. I don't know what he's talking about at all. Oh, well then it's gotta be the church. Never mind. It has to. The other 2 don't make any sense. It was a Septian church, wasn't it? Okay, they gave me an easy one. That one I didn't feel like I was guessing. It sure was. Good job paying attention in Sunday school. Around 500 years ago, a year found heaven on the Septian calendar, the Septian Church emerged to spread teaching of the sky goddess Idios. Their intent was to provide aid to those in need. Yes, okay. The church's influence grew powerful enough to establish themselves across the Zemeria, so nobles and knights who ruled during the Dark Ages could no longer ignore them. The effects of Idios and her teachings can still be felt across the continent to this day, and they're deeply rooted in our society. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, good work on that one, Lloyd. That one was the easiest one, my guy. On a lucky number 7. The headquarters of the Septian Church is located in a city-state known as Eteria. Yes, I do know that. This is some information that is more familiar because it's from the last game that we've played. The Holy City of Eteria is made up of various administrative organizations that handle a specific task like state-like structure. Among these organizations, ones that hold the church's ceremonial rituals, do you happen to know which organization I'm referring to? Oh, I have no idea. Oh, I have no idea. This would be just a wild guess. I don't know. Which organization within the Septian Church handles rituals? So, it's an organization of the Septian Church that handles rituals. Ceremonial rituals. So, Papal Guard. Let's talk. I've BS'd my way through everything else. I can do it again. Papal. So here's my reasoning, and my reasoning might be wrong because they might just try to throw me off for real. I think it has to be one of the congregations because they've set 2 congregations. Now here's the problem. What if all of the? I think it has what? Did he just say 7 branches of the Septian Church? I might be even making that up, and he just said it. My fear is that 6 of them start with congregation, and 1 of them is Papal Guard. That being said, the Papal Guard sounds more like defense, not something to hold ceremonial rituals. It does seem like it would be one of these ones. The sacraments are their teachings, right? That's like their books. Divine worship, that just sounds like a church. That sounds like divine worship church ceremony. So these both honestly sound like the same thing. I really don't know. Divine worship for a ceremonial ritual or the sacraments. So I don't think the teachings would hold rituals. If I'm thinking like maybe in relation to like an actual, like, let's say like a Bible. I don't know if a Bible is going to, a Bible for, you know, just lack of better terms, a religious manuscript is going to hold teachings for ceremonial rituals because you don't just want your random person to be doing that. But divine worship just sounds like that just sounds like praise and worship to me, so I don't know, man. Maybe it is the Papal Guard. That sounds like defense. Ceremonial rituals. Ceremonial rituals sounds more like a ceremony, I suppose. So if I'm thinking ceremonial rituals, and if I take like, it's ceremonial rituals, it's a ceremony, not more, less of a ritual, more of a ceremony. And I think, you know, there's ceremonies of church, so divine worship. I gotta pick something. Is it? Michelle, I guessed. That was the biggest BS I've spewed on this whole thing. That was one tough cookie. Most priests within the chapel, cathedral across the continent are a part of this branch of the church. There's actually a cathedral located outside of the northern exit of the city that I offer prayer at. The archbishop in charge is also from the congregation of the divine worship. I guessed. Lloyd, we both guessed. Can you feel the burn? We're almost there. I can do this. I can do this. I've guessed big time. As you all know, the Bracer Guild has branches all across the continent, but what I really want to know is where in Zumeria is its main headquarters? So I know it's not here in Crossbell. I've not ever heard of O-Red. So I think it's in lmao, because I've at least heard lmao a couple of times. In fact, I feel like I even remember them saying Bracer headquarters in lmao State. I feel like I've heard a couple of our Bracers from last series, the trilogy do this. Yeah, go for it. I believe in it. Yeah, I think it's got, if it's O-Red, I've never heard of it, and I read every line in this game, so it better be Lemon. It better be. You're Lemon, because you're right. Okay. Y'all, I'm so invested now. If I mess up now, I'm going to hate everything. I'm gonna hate it all. Our headquarters can be found in Lemont State alongside our biggest investors, the Epstein Foundation. So here's the thing. Epstein Foundation, I forgot that was in Lemont. If they asked me where that was and they put Lemont up there again, I would have clicked Lemont again because I was like, oh yeah, you know. They got things in Lemont that I haven't seen before. In the event of a serious conflict, HQ can issue a direct order for all bracers to mobilize. Huh, I see. Time for the 9th question. Okay. Have you ever heard of the infamous... This better not be... Blue Block. It better not be. Have you ever heard of the infamous thief that lives in Arabonia? He's a bit of a strange one. This is sounding like Blue Blanca. And I hate this. I hate that this is the. I hate that this is probably going to be. I'm gonna be real. If it's asking me about his past, I do remember. Here, he steals precious works of art, sends out calling cards with riddles and how to retrieve them. He also has his identity hidden by a mask. Apparently, people laud him as some kind of hero. Sounds a bit silly if you ask me, though. Anyway, I got a little off track. Do you know what name this bad boy likes to go by? Okay, I need a second. I would like to reiterate that this is the question I'm the most confident in of all of the 9. I'd say out of these 9, I think I really knew 4, including this one, I think I knew 5 of them, and I deduced the other 4. I 50-50'd, I think 3 of those 4, and I think I blindly guessed the church one based on, I don't know, going to church as a child and young adult. Give me Phantom Thief B. Yeah, I've actually heard of him. Wasn't his name Phantom Thief B? Yes, it is. Unbelievable. I hate you, Michelle, and I hate this quiz. If I failed this last question, I don't know if I'm gonna go back. I don't know if I'm gonna go back. I'm definitely ending this part of the recording right now, but I don't know if I would go back. You got it right. Looks like you've done your foreign affairs homework. His infamy transcends the confines of Arabonia, as people across the continent have heard of his misdeeds. Nothing is safe from his grasp either. He's stolen anything ranging from rare paintings in museums to a whole freaking tank. Rumor has it that he's secretly running amok in Liberl. Who knows? Maybe you'll run into him sooner than you think. I hate, don't put that on me, Michelle. Do not put that on me, Michelle. Do not do this to me. Yeah, I've definitely heard the rumors. I'd like to avoid him as possible. Yeah, Lloyd, Lloyd, if we're able to avoid him, I promise you, we ain't standing anywhere near. I will decline. I won't. I will probably still do if something's missing in your neighborhood. Who's responsible? Phantom Thief B. This was stressful. Arabonia and Calvard have been at each other's throats for the rightful ownership of Crossbow State for a while now. They've waged war against each other time and time again, causing grief and bloodshed for many innocent civilians. The situation became so severe that it was brought to the attention of Alicia! Liberl's Queen Alicia. She proposed a treaty to end the conflict between the two nations. The treaty was signed 2 years ago by 3. The peace treaty? The peace treaty that they did? We would share, I guess, tanks with them or something? Or engines? Orbital engines? If you're truly cross-bellying, then the answer to this should be a no-brainer. Okay, so I'll be real. I think I really did know 6 of these. Maybe 7 of these. But boy, I'd say 6. And I think because this is definitely the non-aggression pack. Let's just be real. I've played Trails in the Sky for long enough that I know that this is the non-aggression pack. It was a non-aggression pack. That one should have been a gimme. The treaty was drafted with the intention of diffusing conflicts between any of the 3 nations via diplomacy as opposed to the war. Prior to the signing of the treaty, tensions were at an all-time high in Crossbow State. I'll spare you most of the details, with both nations' armored divisions thought it would be appropriate to hold simultaneously military exercises at our border. One misstep could have caused catastrophic consequences. I'm sure it would have triggered a full-scale war between the 2 of them. So Queen Alicia proposed this treaty as a means of preventing that from happening. We should all be extremely grateful for this little borough. They really saved our behinds. No way was I gonna get that one wrong. It's finally over. I was having so much fun. Good job getting through that. I almost lost on the first question. I'm gonna be real with you. That might still be the one that I might have been least confident in outside of the church one. And you know, the problem is, I feel like I've heard the word sacraments enough that I don't know. I feel like that could have been a viable option too. I was for real just guessing. Oh, thank Idios, it's finally over. I'm gonna go take a look at your score then. I definitely BS'd at least 4 of those questions. I certainly and sincerely, I even brought out the marker and didn't have to use the whiteboard. I certainly BS'd half of those questions. Go ahead. Wowza, perfect score. Your knowledge is in line with our junior braces at least. Teehee, looks like you got some potential in you after all, rather. Oh, well, that's a relief to know. Thank you very much. Wow, I didn't think he'd compliment me like that. Dude, I was on the edge of my seat. I was too, man! Randy, let me tell you, if you were on the edge of your seat, I think I'm starting to sweat a little bit. I think I started to sweat. I'm glad I can finally take a breather. I'm surprised Lloyd managed to answer the questions outside of his area of expertise, too. I think I will ask him to assist me with filling missing information for the database. You guys are embarrassing me. I guessed. Anyway, I have a little reward for getting all those questions right. Oh! Cool. Well, are you sure we can have this? Yep, I didn't think you stood a snowball's chance in getting of doing so well, so I think, so think of this as my apology for underestimating you. This feels nice. I earned this. I earned this, you guys. It's all yours, sweetie, now take it. If you say ho, say ho. No, not say ho, say so. I do it cause I say so. Thanks a lot. This concludes our little quiz. Now that that's done, you guys better bust your humps rather. I'm sorry, bust our what? Hello. And work hard so those braces can catch a breather every once in a while. Yes, sir. We'll do everything we can. Oh, man. Good job with the test, guys. I think I've got a decent idea of your competency from that. From an examination that simple? It's precisely because of its simplicity, little girl. Well, keep at it, you guys. It'd be nice if you eventually grew into the kind of team who will at least be good enough to not get in our way. Yeah, we'll get there. Arios is still in Arabonia. Scott and Winslow. So Lynn and Aeolia are on standby. So are they upstairs? Yeah, because I don't think we got a chance to meet you two, because we had the boys up before. What's up? Oh, I know you guys. Ah, you're so cute. Why is there always a bracer in these guilds, in these different countries that are just obsessed with cute things? I beg your pardon, are you referring to me? Well, obviously. That refined, mature aura contrasted with those large, childlike eyes and your adorable, delicate features. It's all too cute. I can't take it. Oh, Aeolia and Elise, they must be cousins. Please, can I take her home, Lynn? Pretty please? I'm going to shoot her with my laser. Aeolia, you do realize that whenever you flip out at seeing a cute kid, it sends them running, right? We just got back from a job, so I think you should dial it back a bit. Okay? Hey, well, forget about her. You can take me home any day of the week, baby. Randy. Randy Orlando. No way in hell. Aeolia. I think I misjudged you. I've fully made you out to be an Annalisa, a duplicate. However, saying no way in hell with a heart afterwards is levels of sass that I appreciate. So Aeolia, cheers. and stay hydrated. Damn, that was so fast, I think I got whiplash. I was certainly unexpected to see the contrast between your graceful appearance and your, colorful personality. Are you two affiliated with a guild? Indeed. Might you all be with the special support section? So you've heard of us, huh? Yeah, Michael gave us the heads up already. Can't say you guys gave a good first impressions and some impression. It's pretty pathetic to be, oh, come on. To have to get saved by Arios on your first mission. Guess we still can't rely on the police quite yet. You rookies still have a long road ahead of you. Well, whatever. Just keep doing a good-for-nothing job, you good-for-nothings. All right, Lynn. that's a little much. They're awfully rude, aren't they? Well, keep that in mind. All right, Lynn. We're going to talk. Hehe. I just got back from a job, so I suppose I'll leave it at that for now. But don't worry, Teal. I'll be back for more hugs next time, okay? Status confirmed. She is a formidable enemy. That's lmao. Hey. Well, maybe I've said too much. Anyway... Yeah, you did say too much, Lynn. You did. Aeolia is my favorite in this Braces Guild. You just became my number 0. In fact, you're below last place. You're not ranked. Well, anyway, you guys probably have some work to do. Yeah? Better go put your nose to the grindstone then. Great. Awesome. Cool. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna be, I'm done here. I will be back, later this episode for you guys, because this was, the half an hour that I wanted it to be. Well, I guess a little bit more than half an hour, I suppose, that I wanted it to be. I'll be right back with your comments from last time, and we will talk. We'll talk a little bit. Everybody talks. I guess we'll end down here, I guess. Glad we went up there. Early commenters, I have you. You guys are on my list. My hair is wet. But I have no time to waste, unfortunately. Let's knock this out. So we have, I think, probably about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes of content. This was stressful. This was legitimately stressful. But I digress. Let's talk about, microphone's so high in the sky. I've clearly done the good day, good people. I think, at the start of the episode. If I didn't, whoops, I'm the United States Aviator, hello. This is, 2 days later. 3 days later? 3 days later. 2 days later? Something like that. Anywho, I'm gonna get to your comments like I said I would at the end of last recording session, but seconds ago for you. Anthony Sub, who says, yes, Lloyd, your dad was in the Fisherman's Guild way back when. See, when I was doing the initial exploration sweep, I didn't see the name Hayworth's house. Okay, so here we are. It was incredibly confused as to why Sophia and Colin had sprites. I was too. Exactly. The second time I went in accidentally during the vacancy side quest trying to figure out, I barely caught the name and left and went back to confirm, and I was like, wait, ain't that Rain's family? Ren's family? Yeah, whoops. And then went on a goose chase and thought Jessica said Papa Mama Child thing. More recently towards the end of Sky 3, it was right there in Ren's door. Yeah, okay, you know, it is what it is. You know, all of what, instead of going to the fandom wiki, I already checked because I'm bad at spoilers to see. Yeah, I try and stay as blind as I can to spoilers. I haven't been spoiled on this series, to be honest. Especially if you look at what my guess was at the end of last series, which wasn't honestly too far from the truth. In Sky the Third for who is the Lord of Phantasma. I won't really too far off. I was honestly low-key kind of right. In a way. Kind of. Really, it's really in a way. It's a, you know, a piece of him. Anywho. Sharmila saying, I do not want to meet Lloyd's grandfather who was a rock star. I'm sorry, I do want to meet Lloyd's grandfather who was a rock star one day for no reason. I mean, rock stars are cool sometimes. I'm absolutely fine with the square camera being in the bottom of the screen. You should definitely put the chapter title but vertically or something. Chapter title would have been a good idea. I did not see that, because this is the first time I'm actually looking at these comments. Usually I like to peruse them first so I can hit the hot points as I go through the episode. I didn't know what to put here, so for right now, it's my current interest and it's Grace. I was confused when Jessica said nice to meet you, CS4L. Yeah, it's the sprites, because I think I've already explained this. I explained this last time, or was it this time? No, it was last time. It's been so recent since I've done this. I just pick a sprite. Like, I don't even think this is a sprite from this game, to be honest. This might be the sprite from the game that I picked that one from. I don't know. But I just pick one up very quickly to just not look at anything else. I'm like, alright, that's definitely the character I recognize. Let's go and grab that and I'll paste it in there. I wrote something about Sophie during the last part, but I decided to delete that comment because I thought it was spoilery. Thank you for that. No major spoilers. We love that. And then someone literally pointed out about them when I was listening to this episode. I will say, you will love the husband. Yeah, that much isn't so spoilery. If it's something that, like, is, I think, super duper, like, you know this family and you've seen them just recently, that is perfectly fine. It just went whoosh because I don't think I recognized the last name, and I was like, I think if I saw the dad too, then I would have been like, oh, wait a minute. But I didn't, but you know, it is what it is. So basically, Fran is our Polly from Trails. I don't know if Fran is our Polly, but that's definitely the voice that I gave her. Congrats, AV, wasted money and won't be able to upgrade Lloyd for a solo match. I need no upgrade. I got a whole bunch of sandwiches. Wazzy, one of my favorite characters. I have to wonder how much budget they have to not do patrols on Downtown Street to begin with. Probably not much. Nah, Vald wanted some alone time with 2 girls as the lowest of the low, worst character ever. Agreed. I don't know if that's exactly what he was actually trying to do. I think he was honestly trying to either goad him into a team fight, or because he likes to fight. He likes to, you know, cut his teeth. He likes to make sure that he's like the best of the best when it comes to the folks around here. Anywho, it seems like we won't be able to do the secret quest that is in the paralog from Michael. Well, I've just done it, and boy, did I sweat. Honestly, if there's a third party, then there could be a group outside of this district, the downtown district. Wonder who, though. Well, I know now. It's the Mafia. Jessica, imagine Lloyd meeting Master Fisher Lloyd with this beat. Look, if they ever met... Oh boy. You don't know how to cook, Tio immediately proves you wrong. Look, okay, thank you also for mentioning this because I did not realize this. I'm just blind. There's a turn page button and I never clicked it. And it gives you a star for every single person. So Tio sucks at cooking this. Lloyd is okay, and Ellie is great. Randy's clearly okay too. So I got lucky just assuming that Tio doesn't know how to cook. And Tio doesn't know how to cook this specifically. Tio very clearly might be super great at ham sandwiches. Okay, well, 2 for a ham sandwich. Tio might be super great at this, which she is. I guess she likes her desserts. Today we learn, yes, the important COK stat. Alright, look, we don't want to talk about any of this. Lloyd is from the Yosuke Hanamura. I swear I'm not gay. I'm the straightest man around. I would place him below Estelle, but above Kevin on the Trails protagonist by scale. Oh yeah, Kevin's definitely, he's definitely up higher. That I've made up. Ren said their parents left her with bad people after tearfully telling her that they loved her and that they'd come back for her. She decided that they abandoned her and never loved her at all when she saw them with baby Colin. I'm sure that there's a reason. Certainly there's a reason. Unless they traded her for, like, money, which I doubt it. I mentioned this before, but the clothing and shoes in the department store will be better than what the Armory sells. This is true for the future game, so always go to the department store, apparently. The fandom hates the Crossbow Arc world map. It literally tells us nothing about where in Zamaria we are. If that is true, it really doesn't. It literally gives us only Crossbow. Like you can deduce where you are based on what you know about the game, but it doesn't like, it's not like the, because it only zooms in and it doesn't zoom out anymore. It's not like in Liberl where you actually did see like, oh, there's areas over here that you can't get to, but it's good to know just in terms of like, this is where you may go in the future. This is the world. You know, this is the world. It's not just Liberl in this world. There's areas over here where this is where you would go, and it's good for context. I don't know why they didn't do that with that map. That's a good point. If you go up the ladder in the Geofront, you can find a chest. Oh, also, a reminder to use Battlescope from items or TOs analyze craft once on every type of enemy you cross. When a character is in the process of casting an art, they can't perform counterattack. Got it. That bat dropped Detection Corpse, my beloved. Revealing your Detect Notebook would have granted you some bonus DP. Well, it is what it is. Funny how you briefly mistake Wazi for a girl. Wazi, along with Campanella, are the only two male characters that have male question mark as their official genders. Interesting. There are 3 separate times in Azure where Wazi dances around the possibility of not identifying as a guy. We don't know if he's seriously hinting or just being mysterious. Probably the latter. I do headcanon him as binary rather. He's also bisexual and has a thing for both Vald and Lloyd. Fair enough. I am glad that Wazi returns. I love how you haven't even known Wazi and Vald for 5 minutes and you're all like, just kiss already. They were given, look, they were given those vibes. Don't at me for that. they were given those vibes and we all know it. You actually bought the first, yeah, I did buy it. I really did. I bought it, but I didn't read it. I know that for certain. I made sure to buy it because I'm in the habit of just always buying the news and checking if there's more news. Azel, or Azel, the Injured Testament, you met him. You met his sister, Serena, in the Acacia Apartments during her sweep. She was upset that her delinquent brother hadn't contacted her for a few days, yes! And then she learns about what happened after you speak to Grace at the restaurant. Thank you, I understand. Fun fact, one of the random members of the Sky Pirates was also named Dino. I had the realization during your playthrough of that's hilarious. Well, I forgot about him. I remember this Dino more, to be honest. Copying and pasting my notes, thank you very much. Cool, then let's just go ahead and do some of these notes. Last comment though, science and stories. It's very fun watching you go through this, knowing how the mysteries work out. That's kind of why I like doing this ride with people who have either seen it, or people who are experiencing it. And I feel like the majority of you are experiencing this for a second time, or are currently playing this while I'm playing this. What I think that's kind of neat. I don't think that was so much for the trilogy that we just played. It was a lot of people's first experience, or they had already done it. This time there are people playing this game, and I think that's kind of dope. But thank you for that. Which means I shall say nothing. Hey look, I'ma figure out these mysteries, or my track record in figuring out like the overarching turn in these in games in general rather, is pretty high. In this series, in the Legends of Heroes, it is it's not that high. It's maybe 40, maybe 30, maybe 40 or 30%. But that's just for any big twist. I digress though. We will continue onward. Unfortunately, the cooking is just a percent chance of the changes on who's doing the cooking, which means there's a lot of trial and error, sadly. There's nothing worse than getting a cat food, if you're going for a supreme dish. That is the list of comments that we had for right now. If there are any other comments, I will probably just respond to them as they come in. But, hey, we did our thing. I actually think we did a couple. I am realizing that as I'm looking at this nice little list of people whose dialogue who might be important, I have to keep in mind that we've done some of it. Into the Bracer Guild, talk to Michael for your first hidden quest of the side quest arc. Talk to the Bracer Training on the second floor twice. We've done that, and talk to Clarice and Acacia. Very cool, you guys. I'm excited to play a little bit more of this. I'll probably go for, we'll say an hour and a half, and we'll see where we get to an ending point. Clarice. That is Clarice. My dad works for as an operator downtown at the police department. I'm unfortunately a bit ignorant when it comes to these fancy newfangled positions. No matter how many times she tries to tell me about her work, it flies right over my head. Huh. Doesn't that sound like someone we know? I get the impression that this is Fran's mother. I thought that this was Fran's mom. Right? Because she says she had 2 daughters, right? Or did she just say a daughter before? I thought it was 2. Maybe I'm wrong, though. So... I'm gonna go back downtown. I'm pretty sure I've talked to... the people that I need to talk to downtown. I'm trying to remember when we stopped the episode. That's the problem. I like in here a lot. I certainly do. I am recording, right? Yeah, that's the big ticket item. I told the members to wait for my orders before they try anything. We'll postpone our actions for the day at the very least. Really? Thanks. Oh, don't get the wrong idea. I'm hardly doing this for your sake. We're just conserving our stamina while we can, so we may bathe in the blood of those filthy vipers. Oh, dude might be pretty on the outside, but damn, his personality is hideous. That's not true. I like him. And we also need to talk to... Who? Kens? I'm sorry, I also clawed the microphone just now. Please notify Wazi of any new information you might have stumbled upon. There is no need to speak with us. Are you him? What are Azel's doing? Azel. I hope he's regaining consciousness by now. What kind of half tic-tac-toe is this? Is this like in relation to the pockets on the, is this a thing that actually happens in pool? Could fool me. Now that it's come to this, I regret not reading old man's medical textbooks. Medical textbooks. Oh, what the? Oh, it's just you guys again. I've got a, you got a problem with that? Everyone has a secret or two. We dragged Azel back here after he was assaulted to administer some emergency medical care, but he didn't regain consciousness. We ended up calling an ambulance and had to wait until dawn before we could shuttle him off. I may despise my old man, but I really regret him not teaching me some of the basic first aid techniques. So that's what happened. You guys must have been worried sick. Yeah, strangely enough, the ambulance... Oh, I guess these guys aren't like thugs. They're like cult members. Strangely enough, the ambulance didn't depart for the hospital immediately after picking up Azel. Oh, how come? Interesting. This is good. This is interesting news, actually. Apparently, some other person got injured and got injured and sent to the hospital. It was some stinking viper. One of his comrades told us he got hurt. The ambulance ended up taking both injured victims to the hospital at the same time. So both members of your group were assaulted on the same night. Interesting. Talk about some convenient timing, eh? Convenient? The timing was horrible. Do you think we want to share an ambulance with some viper? I lost my cool there for a second. Azel was hospitalized after, Azel being hospitalized rather had me worried. My old man works there, so maybe I'll use him as an excuse to go visit Azel tomorrow. Interesting, so he is the son of a doctor. I'm the son of a fisherman, grandson of a rock star, great-grandson of a stripper, but we don't like to talk about that too much. I need to give some more lineage on Lloyd, so I can very quickly say that one and then say something that he's proud of, potentially. One day, it's gonna be a list similar to Sharpshooting Steel-Minded Big Sister Sarah from Your Turn to Die, but I digress. Inside Ignis, talk to Slash near the entrance and Huey on the catwalk again, so they should have some new dialogue for me. Now that we've talked to both members of the gang. I'm happy Dino just let me in. Huh. Didn't we fight you guys earlier? Oh yeah, you guys totally kicked our asses. You better mark my words, because I'll be sure to kick your asses twice as hard, eventually. Is he attempting to fight us again? His physical capabilities far surpass his mental capabilities. Oh, lmao, Tio. These are the kinds of guys to forget stuff within 3 minutes, trust me. Ha, mark my words. Alright, we're gonna beat the hell out of the Testament guys one of these days. Great, huh? Hello. I'm so goddamn mad. I knew we should have taken him out when we had the chance. Back when we were loading Koki, I think that's the first time we've actually heard the name of their guy. Into the ambulance, we ran into a bunch of blue bastards. They were crying about how one of their guys got knocked out too, so the ambulance took him along with Koki. Oh yeah, I guess the guy from the Testaments rode the same ambulance as your friend. In that case, wouldn't you have known that the Testaments got hurt too? They even claimed that his wounds were the result of your signature nail bats. Ha! That's pretty obviously, Larry, they're one of their dirty tricks. They ain't afraid of getting down and dirty. Those brainiacs are always trying to make us look bad. Son of a bitch. I know we decided to retreat, rather, but we totally should have beat the hell out of them right then and there. Excellent. Man, I hate spring. I'm already all sniffly. I hate it here. Let's go to the harbor. That's out of the city. The harbor is a little bit further this way. I'm learning, you guys. I'm learning. We gotta talk to the blonde here in the harbor. Hey, blonde, I think. Some Eastern-looking company opened up an office around here. I have to say, the Eastern-style aesthetics paired with the crimson exterior is a superb choice. When they even build it, though, I never saw a construction site. That's odd. Hey, you. So is it like stock trading or what? That's a good question. Hey, what's up, receptionist? We actually put a lot of effort into our finance, international, and entertainment local news. Well, our local news, they keep uncovering scandals, all thanks to a certain someone. Oh, Grace, are you even capable of writing articles that don't stir up so much controversy? Isn't that... Yeah, we love our Grace. Alright, we'll continue. This is kind of crazy. She's not a main character. For all intents and purposes, Lloyd should be up there, but I think this is funny. So that's everybody in, I guess we can talk to the actual guy in the back, too. What's up? These are the photos for this issue's local news section. This is the CPD's whatchamacallit section, right? Maybe we should postpone the article. After all, Grace said she'd cover that team some other time. That's us. I'm pretty worried for what's to come in our article. Oh, some other time is a little concerning. That's the mayor's office, huh? We have no reason to go into the administrative section. I ended up referring her to those seedy downtown apartments. I did not mean to talk to you again. So she referred purple hair to the seedy downtown apartments. Where is the library here? Oh, it's here. I feel like I've only walked in here once. Are you Miles? Hey there, Lloyd. Do you want to check out any books? I'd be more than happy to help you with that. Haha, I'm sure you would. I never seen you miss an opportunity to recommend a book. What can I say? I love books. I feel calmer being surrounded by them myself. Anyway, no need to be shy. Go ahead and explore the shelves to your heart content. We've got an enormous selection of books. Who knows what's out there waiting for you? Before we go there, I actually should probably figure out how mad I need to be at Grace. Fifth stage of Urban Development Plan. Okay, the city government has announced the next stage of the Crossbow City's Urban Development Plan. Yesterday's urban planning meeting. The fifth stage consists of legislation to expand the maintenance of the geofront, maintenance of the geofront, expanding it, deregulate office construction. Okay. Functionally enhance train stations and airports. Okay, and encourage orbital car usage. We have not really seen any of it around the city. It seeks to address the needs of the city as its population and economy continue to boom. The development was launched 20 years ago and now has entered its fifth stage. This announcement pairs with the forecast of an economic growth for the next 10 years, which has already drawn positive public reception. This is terrific, says a woman running a street stall. High growth will bring stability even to neighboring countries, says an international economist. These predictions of the city's economic future will be crucial to foreign relations. So here's the thing. So there's 2 Trails games in Crossbell, right? Because From Zero and 2 Azure are both Crossbell, correct? So I expect this game to end with some sort of twist. So maybe I should start thinking about this now, because I walked into the first game not really paying attention that the first and second game were essentially supposed to be one big game. So you would want to end that one with, you know, something that really draws people in to play the second game. So I need to kind of be thinking in advance about what I would think they would end this game with that would cause me to be like, my reaction from the ending of the first Trails game when I was like, well, we're playing the next one next week. There will not be a week break because I need to know what happened. I'm trying to think about what that would be, but this is the 3rd episode, so I got none. But the news, a lot of times does, you know, give us like little, not hints, but like, well, this is what the public knows. Compare that to what we know, and what is the stage that kind of goes a step further. Like that's Joshua leaving, being a part of this Ouroboros group, etc., whatever. And I gotta remember the Crossbell, no matter what, even though there's I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to do with, I kind of expect Olivier to be in the front, not in the forefront of this, but kind of be a piece of this. Some kind of piece of this. And maybe not Olivier specifically, but what's his face? Evil Man's from Arabonia. Maybe not evil, but yeah, I will say evil. I'm not gonna say evil, but you know. Do what it takes to be the guy. He's gonna be that guy. Olivier is essential, like, political rival. I have forgotten his name already. Comments, please remind me. I will remember his name one of these days. He is still fresh in my mind because I know he is going to be essentially a big bad in Arabonia, but I don't know if he's going to be a big bad in the Arabonian arc or if some of his kind of like tinglings are going to be in this arc. And I feel like if this is like a setup going forward, it probably should. But maybe not, because the Trail series is pretty standalone. It doesn't really lead into this. But I will digress. These predictions of the city's economic future will be crucial to foreign relations. I assume something bad is gonna happen via foreign relations. That I could see calling for it. And here's the thing, if like, it could be between Arabonia and Calvar. I'll be real, it could be, but like, we're caught in the middle, and I feel like that's a big thing of this, like, we're caught in the middle. Acclaimed Arios McLean arrives again yesterday. 2 local boys got lost in the Geofront. They were saved by Arios McLean, an A-rank bracer associated with the Crossbow City's guild branch, they all know who he is, who resolved the situation without incident after following leads from citizens. McLean found the boys within a hair's breadth of being killed by monsters deep within a section of the Geofront. This feat truly fits his moniker, the Divine Blade of Wind. Questioning careless management after 20 years, the urban development plan begun its 5th stage. It has seen brilliant results after year. However, the downtown district has not seen nearly enough of this work. With the recent incidents in the area, insufficient safety measures for children who may wander in, and unchecked monsters infesting the building. I've not seen any monsters in the buildings. The inefficiencies of urban management in this district should be apparent. We request a speedy response to the issue from the government. Unexpected guests appear. Hey, it's us! In other news, some unexpected faces appeared during the recent incident. New to the CPD this year is a special support section who have also been working to save those 2 children. However, their efforts proved unsuccessful. According to McLean, they failed to see things through to the end. Yikes. This division was supposedly established to court public favor. How will they fare in the future? First mission a failure. Okay, so look. That's still a little different. And you know what? Maybe he read this article and we're just reading it now, because even a part of this, he said that he wanted to see this thing through to the end. When Teal was like, well, that technically fulfills our duties, X, Y, and Z, right? he was like, no, we have to see this through to the end. And maybe it's not even this article, maybe it's just actually the words of McLean. Crossbell's also, geez, she didn't go too heavy on us, actually. Crossbell's gourmet experience, visit Long Lao Tavern in by the market on East Street, savor authentic cuisine made by the owner chef who hails from the eastern quarter of the Republic. Be sure to get a taste for their crowd favorite dish, Long Lao Tamen. Grimwood office, law office for legal advice. Ian Grimwood, who has a law office on West Street, we've been there, is said to handle everything from debt consultation to legal advice. Do keep in mind the name Grizzly Grim if you ever find yourself in legal trouble. Dope. Alright, well, we were in our first bit of news, it won't be the last. Alright, this is also where we got one of our first special little books. There's hardly ever new research, materials to research. I had to beg the director with tears in my eyes to show me some of his restricted books. I wonder if this will be enough. If I'm going to end up repeating the year, if I don't finish up this thesis. So he is working hard on his thesis. Are you still reading your kid this book? Suddenly a terrifying demon appeared. Wahahaha. What a good parent, or mother, or grandmother, who knows. The director is a bona fide bibliophile. The director managed to bury himself under a mountain of books the other day. He was working too hastily and lost his footing, I think. What are we going to do with him? I don't know what to tell you, girl. So that's everybody in the administrative district. Tap is the guy outside the theater, but I also want to go to the jazz bar, because, you know, I love them. Just a quick check on people. We also could talk to people in the police alley. Fran, what's up? Hey everyone, I'm glad to see you're all doing well. You're going to stop those delinquents from stirring up trouble in the downtown district, right? Yeah, at least that's the plan. I see. I live on East Street, so I occasionally catch those guys causing a ruckus. It always scares me a bit when I see them gathered out picking fights with each other. I think that just makes anyone unsettled. We definitely need to do something about their behavior. It's about time someone took action against it. We got you, Fran. We're gonna make sure this place is safe for you. You guys have any updated dialogue, actually? Oh, you guys are in different places, actually. Great goddess above, getting statements from people is such a pain in the ass. No one in Crossbow City, not only is Crossbow City way too damn big, it's practically bursting at the seams with people. It doesn't matter how many people you question in a day, it never ends. I get that, there's a lot of people here, and you are the other guy. Raymond, right? Everybody loves Raymond. Getting these reports organized is a complete slog. Caffeine, I need caffeine. Of course, a little glimpse of Rebecca while I'm up and around could be just what I need to fully recharge. He is girl crazy. Wild. All right. Good morning, everyone. I love Franz. First day on the job, I'm in the same boat. I'm feeling pretty nervous. I do want to keep checking in on him. That's our buddy. Okay, they're still playing Wicked. I'm assuming they're gonna kick us out immediately. Okay, never mind. We don't have authorization. So tap the guy outside the theater. Oh, what are you selling, actually? Right, whatever. You two, what's up? Lady Ilya has yet to come out. She still hasn't come out? It's been my dream to capture a photo of her moments after she's done practicing. I've thrown 20,000 whole mora for an orbital camera to make that dream a reality. So now I wait. Well, you know what? You spend 20 grand on a camera, so you don't do your thing. Arc-in-Ciel's famous even on the international stage. All the artists that perform for them are top-notch actors. And above all of them is Ilya Platier. Dancer is radiant and as masterful as her only comes once a century. Just like Portia, I have nothing but fervent admiration for the fervent dancer. Cool. I suppose. You guys. Wait, what's up? My rivals and I are competing to see who can make the most sales. But it's looking like I'm gonna lose this month. Why? Poor girl. Yo, I wouldn't head too deep into that alley there. Bad dudes back there, you hear? Even worse ones out here. Even worse than ones out here. Jazz Club, y'all got any news for me? In the past couple of days, Revanche & Co. have been deploying members all over Crossbell. Thank you, Eric, actually. I've heard they've been buying up all the weapons and vehicles they can find, but I don't know what that entails. That's unfortunate. After all, that's just a rumor. That's just a theory, a game theory I overheard from some talkative guests. Thank you for that, and you? Even those goods from Revanche drink here every now and then. That's how brooding bartender over there knows so much of the going-ons in this part of town. Just one look at his dashing face and I feel positively recharged. I mean, you know what? He does look like a dashing kind of guy, you know? Oh, you know what? I even see... I was gonna say, I see Revanche & Co. right there on the top. Hey, there's no place for whelps like you. Scram, piss off. Alright, well, I guess we will not be doing anything there still. There's a test bag there, and I hate that it's there. I'll talk to Eric twice. He got more information from me, my guy? In the past couple of days, they've been employing members all over Crossbow. They've been finding all sorts of things. A rumor from talkative guest. More specifically, that big rival group. So the rumor goes, I don't know the finer details. Oh. Revanche has been strengthening their forces lately to get a leg up on everyone. Their big rival. So they have a big rival group? I thought that they were the big group. That's not good. Well, that's bad, actually. That's so not good. Huh. What's up, girl? Hey there, wanna play? I hope you have a fabulous time. Okay, well, yeah, I guess we are still, we're still on the job. They will not let me in. They will not let me in. Doodly doo 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 doo. Ba ba da ba ba boom 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 yeah. Ba 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 boom 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 yeah. Oh yeah, it does say Hayworth residence right there. Hold on, where? Oh, she putting her son to bed or something? I was gonna say, where is your mom actually? Oh, she's over there. Papa works as a trader. Oh, is he in the trading company? The company that we just read that was blank blank trader. And they had just built it. From Calvard. Probably why he leaves so early in the morning. Good information. Now this is how you garnish a meal. Hehe, I hope he comes home early today. Hey. Hey, Mr. Hayworth is a lucky guy, my guy. Mr. Hayworth is a lucky guy. Alright. Where's the man who's just walking around? I just saw him. He was almost out of here. Hey, do you have any idea who lives in that enormous mansion in the corner of the street? That's the home of the Representative Campbell. The leader of the Diet's Republican faction. Representative Campbell. An extravagant, orbital car stops by his house some mornings. I'd imagine his chauffeur is coming to escort him to his office. So, this one? Representative Campbell. Okay. Alright, cool. I just like to keep checking everybody's last names, because I know everybody's first names, but I really only know Ellie McDowell and Randy Orlando. I don't even know Lloyd Bannings and Tio Plato. Never mind, maybe I do know all of their last names. Let me peek. Is there anybody else that I want to... Because there's like... I have like a short list of people to check with, but you know. This is West Street. Yeah, this street is the one that I don't really know the name of. Talk to Old Man Court. South worked in the department store. Oh wait, I'm tripping. I'm actually gonna go to Tally's. Hey, you got any information for me? You run a general store? Okay, so you okay. You are trash, is what I've learned. Have you heard about the rival games that are always causing scuffles downtown? I've only heard rumors, but they sound so frightening. I don't want Momo going anywhere near them. Don't worry, lady. It'll be okay. The Crossbow Times has a spunky girl putting in a good work as a reporter. She's been reporting on one major event after another, so she's starting to become the talk of the town. She is... I like her, too. Let's talk to our boy. What's up? Oh, by the way, Lloyd, have you seen Wendy yet? Yeah, I actually ran into her earlier. She's become quite the engineer, but knowing how she behaves, aren't we moments away from her getting ticked off at a customer and smacking them with a wrench? Haha, I hear you out there, man. But I'm sure she'll be fine. Some things don't change, but she's gotten pretty good with controlling her strength these days. I imagine they'll get off with a little scolding bump. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's still assault on a customer. That doesn't sound fine. Oh, Wendy, how can you be such a cutie and yet... It would be wise of you to behave yourself around her, Randy. Oh man, are you still buying bread? Let's see, this month's new bread is spicy crispy bacon bread. Oh my gosh, girl, you gotta get some. I'm about to give me some too. Hold on, y'all got some spicy. Wait, where's the 3,000? No, I was looking for the spicy bacon bread, the spicy crispy bacon bread. Oh, where is it? Oscar just waltzed in here one day and pledged that he wanted to become an apprentice. Dad welcomed him with open arms, and he's been training ever since. Now he's gone and becomes Dad's bona fide favorite apprentice. I'm his daughter, his own fresh and blood, fresh and bread, flesh and blood. How could Oscar be a star protege? Not me. Oscar was born for this, which is crazy. Love him to bits. Let's go to the villa. We should be talking to Sammy in here. You're not Sammy, are you? Oh, you're Olga. This apartment complex has a cleaning service. All you have to do is ask its caretaker and she'll, well, take care of it. I usually ask Sammy to do the cleaning for our apartment. It's all thanks to her help that I'm able to invest more time into my hobbies. All right, Sammy, where are you? You kind of just like waltz around out here somewhere. There you are, Sammy, what's up? The third floor resident is never home. I've never seen her face. She leaves early in the morning and returns late at night. At least she has the decency to be a good tenant, rather, by paying her rent on time. We've never seen who works here? Well, that will be relevant in the future, I'm sure. For real, for real. Let me see. This is the west exit. Your pawns. An uptight-looking man dressed in a suit passed by. An uptight man dressed in a suit passed by here moments ago. If my eyes weren't deceiving me, I could have sworn he was wearing a CPD badge. What business does a police officer have in a peaceful neighborhood like this? I hope that's not our like police intendant or whatever they're called. I'm not a big, you know, police person. I need to talk to who and where? In the Belham? Oh, that's the one that's down here. Keep forgetting that this place exists, actually. Oh, for sure I gotta talk to my homies. I gotta get used to coming to them. Oh, thank Idios. Thank you for keeping that boy safe from harm. She's quite pious, isn't she? Yeah, she's always been like this. Auntie Letty's always been praying, even with my brother. Oh my, I didn't notice you all standing there. Your uncle's gone off to the library if you're looking for him. Oh no, oh no, no, I've dipped into... He loves being in a library. You can tell by this, the spring in his step as he goes off to work. Excellent. Oh, that was him in the library. Oh! I'm not used to his face, but I've got it now. I got it. Oh, Pansy is over here, right? I'm gonna grow up. I'm gonna become a model when I grow up. I'm not going to fall off for the same trap as my sister and become an engineer. I'm going to have the nicest body you've ever seen. You've definitely got some spunk in you, Missy. I'll support your cause. You're gonna give her what? A camera? I don't even know what you would give a child who wanted to become a model. I don't know what I would do, actually. What would I give a kid who wants to become a model? I don't know. Advice? I guess? My boy. I'm sure you're aware, but we completely remodeled the store last year. The aesthetics of the area has rapidly changed in the years, so we decided to match it. We hope that the remodeling encourages our customers to customers' continued patronage. Cool. So we want to talk to Old Man Conte. We want to talk to Southwark. You're not Southwark. Who's Southwark? Hey, did you know the Crossbell Times used to be in the Central Square? The origin of this department store's name, Times, is actually based on how the Central Square was once the Times Square. Thank you. That's good information. That's something that I was kind of wondering. I was like, why is your department store called the Times? That's really confusing. That is appreciated. So we gotta talk to our old mans by the bell. Hello? Crossbell has been long home to a nasty group called Ravash and Co. A mafia, that's what they really are. Unfortunately, the influence is much stronger than the CPDs. Getting involved with them can mean your death. Well, they wouldn't kill the Bracer, my boy. I'd like to talk to her. Apparently, our manager used to be a famous designer. Oh, I'll admit, he has a pretty cool aesthetic sense, but the personality really leaves something to be desired. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we've talked to you. We've talked to you. Our man's in the weapons store. State law now requires people to possess a license to purchase and carry weapons. But considering how many fakes there are out there, it's not like it's enforced. Wow, okay. Well, alright then. Cool. I think we are all maxed out on our weapons, right? And I guess I was gonna say we're maxed out on our clothing too, but as I've now learned, I should go to the department store to buy clothes. Which, you know, sounds correct. That does sound right. There's a bunch of shoes here. We could get a whole bunch of better shoes, but I'm more focused on these are accessories. And you know what? They've done a good job of really highlighting, like, oh, there's a bunch of hats and jewelry and accessories here. This is where you buy your accessories. These are actual tops. I hope you all take your time to look around. I will. So, yes, I see. So we could buy... we have enough to buy better armor for the both of you. And by both of you, I mean all four of you. But, like, it's only an extra 6 for Randy Orlando. Oh, it's an extra 6 for Lloyd. It's I guess it's an extra 6 for both of you. I don't know if I feel the need to do all of this yet. But they just have lower defense in general, so I'm willing to get it for them. We gotta support our ladies. Equip. I am still kind of, you know, I take that back. I was gonna say, I'm still kind of surprised that we don't have like an optimize for this game, but it's hard to optimize in this game. So let's get quartz real quick. I'm willing to try to open up some slots on some of you, I guess. But I don't really think that I can. What, because we need like 20 of each? How do I check how many I have? Outside of like... There it is. Oh, I did do some fighting. We can open some more slots. Yeah, let's go. Because everybody, I think, at least needs a second slot open. Just so we have a little bit more utility. I'm sorry, you guys. We've been going for 45 minutes just talking to people. Please. Upgrade, but I guess that's really this game for real, for real. Slots, yes, this can be opened. I'm trying to think about which one I actually do want to open, because you have how many lines? Too many lines, too many lines. Whoa. Yeah, we'll open that for you. We'll open this one for you. Yeah, sure. You have, and you know, this one's really nice because it's much better color coded, I feel like. We'll open this one. And I already opened one for you, and I don't think I can open another one because we don't have enough blue now in that regard. But we could open this, oh, because it's on the same line. Tragic. So that means I could open one more for somebody else, and it probably should be our boy, right? Oh, yours is kind of really nice because it's cheap for most of them. We'll do it on our boy. I don't know how many actual quartz we have. For real. Because I didn't get another one for you because it would take some money. We got detection, which is displays treasure chest location on the minimap, affects the whole party, which is nice. And I guess I'm okay with that. You can take this shield one, sure. No, you take evasion. I guess you could also take the other one, but you have a slot open, so you take. Maybe you take. Actually, you should probably have action one, right? No, you want cast, so I'm willing to give you action, and maybe you can take shield. You don't use a whole bunch of that anyway, so that's fine. I'm okay with what we've just done for right now. It's still very early game. We don't have a bunch of quartz anyway. We haven't left the prologue, I don't think, right? When I save, it still says prologue, correct? Yes, it's still the prologue. It doesn't feel like a prologue anymore. It feels like we're on our first real day. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Alright, cool, then let's go down, and I feel actually pretty decent about everything. I don't know why I'm saving again. We literally just walked down some stairs. I already turned in our stuff. Correct. So let's go talk to our boy. I don't know where he is, actually. Where did he tell us to go? He told us to go here, right? Oh, we have a kitchen? It's kind of nice. Oh, he's in his office. That makes sense. I went to his bedroom, not his office. Oh, you're back already. Managed to stop those delinquents? Well, about that. We think the situation might be a bit more complicated than expected. How so? Interesting. It's the mafia, sir. The Yakuza. Chief? Alright. I'll leave everything concerning this case to you lot then. Oh my gosh, wait, what? What do you mean by that exactly? Whether you're willing to continue the investigation is entirely up to you. You won't be getting any information about revanche out of me either. You'll have to dig it up on your own, huh? Dig it up. You have to dig it up. Dig for it on your own, huh? How are we supposed to? If I told you to stop the investigation, would you follow orders? What? The Mafia being involved in this case already makes overcomplicates things rather. As your supervisor, the most logical step for me is to order you to close the case immediately. Now, is that what you want me to do? No. If we gave up now, it'd just leave a bad taste in my mouth. Huh? Randy's right, especially after learning as much as we have. Huh? I agree as well. Well, I suppose if this was nice, actually. I suppose if you naive kids slipped up and got yourselves hurt on my watch, rather, I'd have a hard time sleeping at night. So I'll do you a favor and introduce you to a trusted consultant of mine. A consultant? He handed over a business card to Lloyd. Hey, I've read about that in the news! Something about that name rings a bell. It's located on West Street, run by a lawyer named Ian, big, bearded guy. Oh, near the bakery, right? Remember talking to him a couple times rather when I lived in the area. I've heard of him too. Mr. Grimwood mainly provides legal consultations to corporations and other businesses, right? Though I believe he also offers his services rather to citizens, ordinary citizens too. That's right. Between his beard and his build, the guy almost looks like a bear, so people have taken to calling him Grizzly Grim. I'm sure he's got loads of info on the Mafia. Who knows, he might even have new intel that even the CPD doesn't know. Really? That is quite impressive. Not in my databanks. Just what kind of lawyer is this guy? He's Phoenix Wright, except a bear. I've spoken with him previously about SS-related matters. SSS-related matters. He'll at least hear you out if you tell him you're with the Special Support Section. I figure if nothing else, this will be a good opportunity for you to introduce yourselves. Understood. We'll check in with him. West Street is just around the corner. Everyone okay with paying this law office a visit? Of course. Shall we head out then? Yes, we shall. Sergey, what's up? Head over to the law office. I've told you the lawyer runs. I told him about our division. He'll at least hear you out. Pay attention to what he says. Might have some useful info for you. No pep talk, Chief? Apparently not. Cool. Let's go to the law office then. Very cool. Very nice. Very, very excellent. Oh, we have a exit directly to the west offices, or the west street. So let me, like, get used to doing that. And the offices are, where are the, oh, the office is right next to the bakery, upstairs. Whoa! Karimu! Law offices. That's pretty cool. I believe this would be the place. Yes, I've seen its owner around the neighborhood before. I had no idea he was such a pretentious lawyer, though. Well then, welcome, Mr. Grimwood. I'm sure we'll speak again, well then rather, Mr. Grimwood rather, I'm sure we'll speak again in the near future. Of course, I'll be here. Can't your division do anything more to solve this, though? I wish you'd think a little bit more about how this will impact the citizens. Oh, a guy with a suit and a CPD badge. Currying favor with the populace is not my responsibility. If you'll excuse me, yep. I figured it'd be not who I thought it was. I don't know who this is, actually. You four. Is something the matter? I see. So you're those pupils that Sergei decided to adopt. Those pups, rather, not pupils. Much more disrespectful. Come again? Hold on, that badge. You work for the CPD too? Who I am isn't important to you. I imagine you're here to speak with Mr. Grimwood about something. Whatever it is, I hope you don't intend to waste our time. Waste his time, rather. Unless you, useless rookies. Unlike you useless rookies, he's a busy man. It's been a lot of recording, you guys. Excuse me? There he goes. What was his problem? He looked like a detective from one of the investigative divisions. He appeared to be the arrogant type. Maybe, but I get the feeling specs there can hold his own. Did you notice the weapon strapped under his left arm? Wait, he had a weapon? I didn't even see it. Impressive observation, Randy. I detected it with my sensors. He carried a large handgun, military grade, I believe. Yeah, that sounds about right. Dang, guys, that makes us a pretty good team. We were oblivious and would have died. You two are amazing. It was nothing. I just managed to catch it out of the corner of my eye. More importantly, should we not head inside and greet the lawyer? Oh, right. I'm sure he's very busy, but we should still go ahead and introduce ourselves. Yeah, I was gonna say, we haven't actually met him. Forget something, detective? No, we're different. Grim! Grizzly! Grizzly Grim! Oh, pardon me, I mistook you all for someone else. Welcome to the Grimwood Law Office. How can I help you today? Oh, no need to hold back. If you have a question, ask away. You four look quite young. Have you gotten into some trouble with loans? Or perhaps you're looking to open a business together. Come now, ask me anything. No, sir, it's nothing like that. This guy's got a lot of energy for an old man. So this is the famous Grizzly Grim. I see the rumors are true. Hold on. Now that I take a closer look, I can't help but feel as though I've seen you somewhere before, young man. Are you one of the kids that used to live in this neighborhood? Wow, you remember me. That's right. I lived in one of the apartment complexes here about 3 years ago. Allow me to properly introduce myself. My name is Lloyd Bannings, son of a fisherman, grandson of a rock star, great-grandson of a stripper. Also, you did live here. Yes, that explains why you look so familiar. Wait. Bannings? Then could you be Guy Bannings' younger brother? Huh? Yeah, I am. You knew my brother then? More than just knew him, we were lovers. But what about Cecile? We were lovers. Never mind. I suppose you're here to discuss something important. Certainly that's not the answer. Certainly I didn't just predict a scandal. No, of course not. This old man. Come in, you can fill me in on the details once you take a seat. Oh, and where are my manners? I am Ian Grimwood, a lawyer and head of this law firm. I see. I was wondering when I would meet the special support section that Sergei told me he was putting together. Oh yes. Now that I think about it, I read an article in the Crossbow Times about you. You certainly showed diligence and spunk right out the gate, didn't you? Well, they sure took some liberties with that article. So Guy's younger brother is a police officer now too. Oh. How wonderful. I can only imagine this is Idios as well. I pray that he is not a bad guy in the end of this. I pray that that's not the twist. Mr. Grimwood, can I ask what your relationship with my brother was? Well, the same one I expect you and I now will have. I'm sorry. I'm not ready for a relationship. Guy used to drop by occasionally to share and exchange all sorts of information with me. Oh, you weren't lovers? Where did you get that idea? As I'm sure you know, he was an incredibly talented detective. So I'd wager he ended up helping me far more than I was able to help him. Wait a minute. Lloyd, your older brother is a detective? Was. The hell, man? Why didn't you tell us about him? Tio has already figured it out, or maybe already knows from investigating or learning things. Ahaha, sorry guys, I guess it just never came up. Besides, Guy is no longer with us. You mean, he was killed in the line of duty. About 3 years ago now. Oh. Oh, that explains why you left Crossbow. What happened with Guy was truly tragic. Believe it or not, I've conducted my own investigation into that particular incident. Sadly, any leads that may exist elude me. That sucks, because you're our lead guy now. Is that so? Well, let's put that aside for now. It's not why we came here today. Mr. Grimwood, we've explained our situation to you. Is there anything you can share with us in relation pertaining to Ravash or its recent activities? Ravash. There's a name surrounded by nothing but sinister rumors. Illegal dealings with both the Empire and the Republic. Oh, that's bad, actually. The selling of stolen goods, mirror laundering. I need to put my watch on the charger. Weapon trafficking, and even operating as a middleman for hiring Jaegers. I'd say it's more likely that they take advantage of Crossbow's unique situation to aid them in each and every one of their long list of crimes. Wow. Being the middleman to hire Jaegers is like, I feel like that's one of the bigger jumps for me. I was like, oh no. What he means is, while trade and commerce have grown exceptionally over the past few years, Crossbow's political foundation is quickly deteriorating, right? Well put. Crossbowian politics are currently in an extremely fragile state, which I've been getting. Honestly, they've been pushing that, I'm gonna say pretty hard, but like not even like subtly. Like they've been, and it has been subtle because like very clearly, Ellie's a part of some political family. The way that she kind of reacted to, she said something in, was it the, no, it wasn't the library. It was in the administrative building where she was like, oh, X, Y, and Z does tend to put pressure on people or something like that. And that was clearly like a jab at whoever is in her family in the administration. I assume it's her father. It could be her uncle. Or someone like, it could be her older brother. For real. I just assume it's her dad. That's what feels like a strained relationship to me. The majority of politicians choose to align themselves with either the Empire or Republic. They are nothing, are nothing rather than more than greedy, power-hungry leeches. Even if some kind of legislation to crack down on Ravash was proposed, it would never pass. There are simply too many Diet members in their pocket. For real. Unfortunately, he is correct. The number of Diet members tied to the Mafia is higher than I'd like to admit. That's likely the main reason the police can't touch them. The issue seems quite complicated, or perhaps I am simply too young to understand it. Does that mean Ravash can commit any crime they want with no repercussions? I wouldn't say any crime, right? No, it hasn't gotten to that point. If the government were to turn a blind eye to obvious crimes on their part, I'm sure it would send Crossbellans and our surrounding nations into an uproar. Therefore, Ravash has been very careful to avoid directly interfering with citizenry's daily life. That's not, we're about to interfere with them though. That's so bad. However, as long as they don't actually cross that line, CPD won't lay a finger on them. They've overlooked so many of Ravash's smaller crimes that they can't see what they've added they all added up to. And the fact that she dots after all of that. This can't be real. Reality ain't so pretty. Behind all the city's neon lights, there are some demons lurking in the shadows. I can only wonder what kind of information is inside of those highly classified documents. Oh, anyway, that's essentially all I know about Ravash. However, I need to mention that the situation with the Mafia has taken a turn. Huh? A turn? Say his... No, I'm kidding. Really? Could you explain? I hear that even the CPD has only just acquired this intel, but apparently a new faction strong enough to oppose Ravash has recently surfaced. I have heard that already. I learned that from a bar. And by all accounts, they are quite powerful indeed. A new faction? Surely it's not the Bracers Guild, right? No, this is a new faction. This new faction, rather, isn't a threat to Ravash because they're looking to bring them to justice. They're a threat because they're in the same line of business. You see, there's a powerful organization that operates out of the Republic's eastern quarter, and it's already managed to worm its way into Crossbow. What? You're certain of this? Yes, the previous rumors on this organization turned out to be true, so I have no reason to be skeptical now. They're called... Oh, no! Oh, no. Hey, you. Or hey, Yui. Leah. Here. Lie. Yeah, okay, I got you. Lie. So that's Heiyue. Recently, a new commercial unit registered under the name Heiyue Trading opened for business in the Harbor District. Heiyue. The name certainly seems... I'm sorry, Tio. The name certainly seems to be of Eastern origins. It's how you would have said it. If things go south, it'd mean a war between two organized crime groups. The petty fights we've seen between the street gangs would be nothing compared to that. You're absolutely right. At the very least, there haven't been overt signs of a dispute between the two groups just yet. However, I really hope that that doesn't mean that Sophia's husband is a part of that trading group, which is, you know, apparently a mafia, a yakuza. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they began battling each other outside of the public eye. The First Division seems to be keeping a closed eye on the whole thing. You don't say. So the man with the glasses who left right when we arrived was... That was Detective Dudley, Devon Dudley, from the First Division. He's one half of the Dudley boys. Coincidentally, he was asking me, he's actually more like a Bubba Ray, but he is wearing the glasses, so maybe he is a Devon. He was asking me questions on the same topic. A coincidence indeed, but for different reasons. Lloyd, you went quiet all of a sudden. Let me guess, you noticed something, huh? Yeah, I still need time to sort it all out in my head, though. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. Without your help, we wouldn't have been able to find the lead we needed to move forward with our investigation. Oh, just glad I could be of assistance. Sergey always has been a tremendous help to me, so personally, I'll be praying for your success. Hey, Mr. Grimwood, I really hope you ain't evil, because you about to be my guy. You about to be up here instead. If you ever run into any problems, you're welcome to stop by here anytime. Love him. Love my boy Grizzly. So what's the Grizzly Grim for AW? So what's our next course of action? Should we go back to the SSS building and sort through all the information we've gathered? Good idea. But before we do that, now's the time to wrap up any unfinished business we still have to take care of. If my hunch is correct about the truth of these incidents, let's just say we're in for a bumpy ride. Well, we'll just have to buckle up then, won't we? Anywho, let's head back to base once we've crossed everything off on our to-do list. Sound good? Yes, it does. Let us make haste. Well, I think we've actually done everything on our to-do list, actually. Apparently... Well, I would like to actually talk to you. Can I get any more trading information? No? No? Okay. Well, I would like to do two things. Jessica said there's some detectives outside of the police station. I would like to go there, but I'd also like to see if they make any connections once we actually look at the sign in the Harbor District. You two, what's up? Oh, it's you, of course. Yes, I'll attempt to gather information in the Republic for the time being. I'll leave the investigation to you, Emma. Understood. I'll rendezvous with the surveillance team, KASAP, Team K, I see. What's up? I'm pretty sure those two over there are from the 1st Division. I mean, a single glance is enough to just see how capable they are. Oh man, just being near them is starting to make me nervous. You'll be fine. Before we go back to the building, I'd like to go to the Harbor District, which is this way. And I'd like to look at this sign. No, nothing else? Okay, well, fine. fine. I'm just saying that's, you know, I wouldn't say incredibly suspicious, but, you know, it is. Let's go back home. Let's do our thing. Save just in case we do have to go back for some reason. Hello? What's that? A message, maybe? Maybe it's a threat. There's a note stuck to the bulletin board. Okay, no, it's not a threat. I've gone to run some errands. Wrap up the case however you see fit. Oh, I guess he stepped out. Who wants to bet he ran away because the case seemed like a pain in the ass? We cannot rule out that possibility. I love it. Well, at the very least, we've been given permission to solve this case however we like. Let's break out the guns, team. So with that in mind, what's our next step? What, should we review what we know? Yes, definitely. To start the meeting, inspect the exclamation. Oh, we get to do a meeting? Oh! I'm so excited to meet with the team. All right, team, get in your seats. Let's start the meeting. Let's get the meeting started now. Let's get it started in here. First off, we should review all the information that's relevant to the case. Everybody take a seat. Oh, he gets the board, man. I got one of those. This incident took place about 5 days ago around midnight. Both members, or I guess members of both the Silver Vipers and the Testaments were ambushed by the unknown assailants. However, the attacks occurred at 2 different locations in the city's downtown district. Here and here. The Testament's member was attacked in the alleyway to the west, and the Saber Viper was messed up in the front of Ignis, which is towards the east. In other words, the attacks happened at the opposite ends of the area. Exactly. By spacing them this far apart, it prevented each group from immediately learning about the attacker on the other. Both games took their wounded members directly to their respective bases, and the victims were moved to the hospital till the next day. Weren't the victims transported there in the same ambulance? Yes. I can only imagine how much of a shock that was to the paramedics. The gangs, however, wouldn't be aware of the ambulance's passengers. So consequently, each group came up to the conclusion that they were attacked by the other, which is what we confirmed today. Yes. The only answer that makes sense is that there was a third party involved, unless both groups rehearsed their accounts. Chances of each group being responsible for the other's attacking are pretty slim. Agreed, based on the evidence so far, it's safe to assume that the attacks were the work of some third party. All we can do now is consider all the possibilities and rule out the ones that don't seem feasible. But we already have an idea who the third party might be, isn't that right, Lloyd? Yes. They're the ones in control of Crossbell's criminal underbelly, the notorious Mafia, Ravash & Co. According to the intel Grace shared with us, someone spotted the mafioso snooping around downtown district a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to verify the credibility of that. But for now, let's continue the review with the assumption that Ravash was responsible for both attacks. Well, that brings us to the next question. What was their motive? Exactly, figuring out that answer is crucial, and I am curious about that. If we can't figure out their motive, we're all the way back at square one. Why would we, yeah, because like, there is another, unless, motive. Yeah, I was gonna say there's hardly any conflict of interest between the mafioso and the other 2 gangs, but is there like conflict of interest with the other 2 gangs and the the Heiwa. Pardon me. There must be some line that connects these 3 dots together, unless the Heiwa is trying to like buy out some portion of downtown or something. I imagine you already have some idea of what that is, don't you, Lloyd? Well, I can't say it without absolute certainty, of course, but I think there's at least one thing that might connect these 3 factors. Well, I mean, it's gotta be the presence of Heiwa. The only realistic possibility that comes to mind is Heiwa. Oh right, our grizzly friend mentioned them, didn't he? That definitely feels like the most likely possibility for now. In that case, how about, what about Heiwa connects these 3? In order for them to be connected, there must be some necessity. For example, was it the connection with the Heiwa that made the attacks against the 2 gangs unavoidable? Yeah. Yeah, that would explain everything. Oh? What you thinking? Well, about the necessity Tio mentioned, what do you think Ravash would do if they found out Heiwa was trying to establish a foothold in Crossbow? Well, I imagine they want to build up their forces pronto. Recruit more people and upgrade their weaponry, you know? Ravash should have no problem getting new weapons given their known smuggling operations. But how do they go about recruiting people? Good question. Normally you'd hire Jaegers, but that's unlikely in Crossbow's case given the scrutiny the neighboring counties put on us. So as long as the non-aggression pact stands, Erebonia and I wonder... As long as the non-aggression pact stands, Erebonia and Kalvar would never overlook unauthorized Jaegers entering the state. Continue. I'm trying to think about what's going on in this game, and I'm trying to relay it back to where we started in this game. Because that, I think, is the biggest, the biggest question mark. The 2 diet factions representing them would likely react the same way, too. Oh, that's it! Lloyd, could the Mafia be recruiting the gang members? Hot-blooded and more or less disciplined, I can't think of a more perfect pool of candidates to beef up the Mafia's presence in the city. But there are certain individuals in each gang preventing that, aren't there? Right. I can never see Waze cooperating with the Mafia. And I doubt Vald would bow down to any authority, even Ravash rather. He's not the type of person who would allow others to boss him around. So Ravash realizes this and plots to weaken the 2 gangs, intending to swoop in later and bag the remaining members. That must be it. Remember, there's nothing more than a theory. A game theory! All we've done is bring together the facts and try to make sense of them. Look at you being all modest. I think that your analysis of the situation isn't far from the truth, Lloyd. Your reasoning was sound and logical. Clearly, your detective certifications were well earned. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So, everyone, our next move to be explain our theories to these 2, don't you think? Those 2? Hey, you don't mean. I sure do. Vald Vales and Wazi Hemisphere, which is crazy. Hemisphere is the last name. The leaders of the Saber Vipers and the Testaments. Trails from Zero. Speaking of, there he is. Station Street. Near the construction where the construction materials are stored. Asked me to come here alone in the middle of the damn night. Those police brats think that they're dealing with it. Is that the last train bound for Calvard? Yes, I believe it was. Was it? Yeah. Good evening, Vald. What a beautiful night to bathe in the mystic moonlight when you agreed. Just kiss already. Pardon me. Oh, this is rich. You pretended to be one of those CPD pipsqueaks to catch me off guard. You must think you're so damn clever. Fine. Bring it on, pretty boy. You're looking for a fight, I'm more than happy to give you one. Let's end this. You know I'm always up for a bit of late night wrestling. Stop, was it? Stop, behave! Behave! But alas, I'm a mere guest at this rendezvous. What does that mean? You'll see soon. They just arrived. Sup, y'all? It's you punks. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Oh no, it's a pleasure to be here. So, what's this fun anecdote you promised to share with us? Well, I don't know if fun is exactly the right word, but I'm sure you both will find it interesting at the very least. Hold the phone! Anecdote's fun, what the hell are you two going on about? Oh, Vald, you are such a simpleton. We're all in this against you. What did you... Surely you remember the incident that occurred 5 nights ago? They're here to tell us who they believe the culprit was, obviously. The culprit? Nani? I love a good nani. Impressive deduction, Wazi. You should become a detective. I assume you already had your own suspicions. Well, at first I wondered if one of my members had perhaps acted out of line, but as soon as I started to sort things out, I realized that something was off about the whole situation. That goes for the Saber Viper side too. Sadly, that's as far as my deductions could take me. I see. That will make things easier to explain at least. Vald Vales. I know there are still gaps in our theory. Still, would you listen to what we have found so far? Fine. Keep it short. I don't have a good attention span. Waste a minute of my time and I'll be bashing that baby face of yours in. It's the Mafia. And that's the truth we've come to with the information in our hands. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. My. How unexpected. To think that we played right into the Mafia's hands. Does that mean you agree with Lloyd's theory? But of course. After all, Ravash has sent some of their agents to visit us already. They asked us to work for them, promising us the moon and the stars for our service. Needless to say, I immediately turned them down and sent them on their merry way. Huh, interesting. Well, that settles things with one of them. So, Val, I assume the Mafia paid you a social card as well. Yeah, about a month ago. They were acting all high and mighty, so I decided to show them what real strength looked like and send them packing fast, and that's my boy Vald. Can't believe they actually had the balls to pull a fast one on me like this. Wazi, I'm postponing our duel. First, I gotta warm up by crushing the smug mugs of the mobsters. Now hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say you will die, so don't do that. Such a short temper. Calm down, Vald. Acting recklessly will just lead to... The last time was merely a jest, but you really are a simpleton. Say that again! You know perfectly well that you don't stand a chance against the Mafia on your own. Just imagine it. The leader of the Saber Vipers, Vald Vales, waltzing into the Mafia's sights like a pig to slaughter, and you wouldn't stand a chance. Shut up. We don't know what'll happen till we try, and when we try, you will die. Maybe you could survive. What about your poor little vipers? Could they catch bullets with their teeth? You're right, they couldn't even beat these police pups. They couldn't even beat the Paw Patrol over here. Oh no, we can't be the Paw Patrol. I mean, we can, they're kind of dope, but like, come on. What do you propose we do, you whiny, you bony wise ass? You really expect me to sit here and just swallow the shame of having our men hurt like that? Of course I don't. What? I believe only a small part of the Mafia was involved with this little scheme. And as such, there's no need to take the whole organization on, just a handful of them who have it coming. And I know the way to get our revenge and ensure they never show their faces in the downtown district ever again. I'll require your help though, Vald. You need my help? Hold on, you two. What are you planning? If you do anything to break the law... Oh, relax. If anything illegal happens, you'll be right there to stop it after all. You're helping too. We're doing what now? Isn't it your responsibility to resolve the conflict brewing in the downtown district? I'd claim that makes it your obligation to gently persuade the Mafia into leaving us alone there for good. Do correct me if I'm wrong, Lloyd. Well, what exactly is Wazi talking about? I do not understand it either, but boy is his hair pretty. He looks like he's about to sink his fangs into poor Lloyd. Remember, it was you who bothered to call us out here to share your grand theory. Isn't it only natural to see this case through? I love Wazi. That's my dude. 3 days had passed since then. The confrontation between the rival gangs died down, unfortunately rather. The downtown district was enveloped in an atmosphere so tranquil it bordered on eerie. And then... it's them. It's way too quiet around here. Went through all that effort and those dumbasses still haven't torn each other apart. Don't you worry, those guys are doused in gasoline at this point. One small spark and everything will be up in flames. Those morons won't even know what hit them. Yeah, all we gotta do is find another underling or two to beat the crap out of. Blue or red, it doesn't matter. As soon as you see one, kick his ass. And for your own sake, you better not get caught. Use a slingshot or a saber viper, and just bash one of the other ones from behind. Got it. Let the hunt begin, boys. That's crazy. I'm trying to see where they come out from, you know? Yep, from there. Man in blue! One tiny blue bunny down. What a dumbass. Fell right into our trap. We don't got time to waste. Rough him up, boys. Just be sure you don't kill him. It's just business, no hard feelings, okay? Think again! Oh yeah! Suck it! The Nani! I love me a Nani! I love it when you know, when they say Nani, I do love me a Nani though. It's not, hey, you know, continue. I really didn't think you'd fall so easily into our trap. Who the hell is this guy? I'm the police! To tell you the truth, I'd be fine cuffing you and taking you down to the precinct already, but I'm not sure the force will find this one sting operation sufficient evidence to hold you, so I think I'll let you go this time. Oh crap, don't tell me this guy's with him. He's a cop? Not to worry, boys, he's just a special helper. Dude, are you serious? How the hell did they fall for this? That's crazy! Lloyd's prediction was impeccable. Are you alright, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm fine. Putting the shock absorbing pad under my hood was a good call, though. Damn it. They were onto us since when? Well then, gentlemen, that raises the question, what will your next move be? Surrender peacefully now, and I may be merciful towards your misdeeds. Or if you prefer, we can do the hunting this time. That may prove entertaining. Damn. Quick, split up! Hey, hold on! Two of you, come with me. Wazi? Hey, hold on a second. Crap. What should we do, Lloyd? I can call one of them to my side? That's a really good question. Get over here, Tio. Tio, come with me. Ellie, Randy, I'll leave the other group to you. Roger. Understood. It's good to have a healer with me. Damn it, I can't believe those little brats were from the police or those little brats from the police are involved. I need to contact headquarters and request backup. Hold on. The boss finds out we screwed this up. He'll... Damn. Fine. Then we should at least... And where do you punk asses think you're going? Yeah, my boy. Yeah! What? When did they get... These boys aren't going anywhere. Yes, we have them surrounded. It's in Lloyd and Tio's hands now. Damn those morons. Got much choice now. We'll go in from the back. A good jump. A valiant effort, but no dice. Where did you come from? Jump for it. Well, now you're surrounded. Where you jumping now? You got nowhere else to run. Like moths to a flame. Sorry to disappoint you, but our fun little game of cops and robbers has come to an end. Surely you realize your best option is surrender, no? Oh, they decided to fight. Look at you cocky little brats. You think you're so damn smart. We're about to show you what happens when you force professionals to get serious. You better hope you live to regret it. Seems like they want to fight after all. Well, I, for one, am happy to oblige. I can continue to count on your support, right, Lloyd? Lloyd, rather. Funny enough, I almost said the same thing. Let's do this. Incoming. Sweet. Oh, I wish we had more CP. Oh, do I actually get to control? I do! That's kind of fun. I can't analyze yet, so you can hit from ages away. So, oh, why did you get so close? Tio, girl. Okay, I have no idea what you do. Oh, Phantom Rush. Okay. And lowers their speed. Okay. A roundhouse kick. Okay. Oh, nah, you kind of cooking out here. Oh, you kind of cooking out here. I see you. So I'm too far away from both of these boys. Okay. Alright, that wasn't great. But that did give me some craft, so don't mind if I do. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Screw your speed. You ain't never going away. Look at that! Look at the hits, man! Speed 50. Yeah, when you gonna go again? Who knows? No. Let's have you recover. Wait, what does this do? Oh, that's fine. That's good to note, though. Oh, you still have 400, so yeah, we're gonna be healing our Lloyd. Yeah, glad we healed our Lloyd, because boy, did that hurt. Oh, you can heal yourself now. Well, good for you. Oh, never mind. I am... I'm the homie right now. Well, then maybe I should say, hey, you can heal yourself. Why not? Maybe you can heal a Lloyd. You could also heal yourself, I suppose, but she gets to go, so... You would actually go before, so maybe we'll go there. Here's the other thing. I know I was gonna, like, focus on... Yeah, you're healing. You go quick. Alright, so you actually get to go again, which is crazy. Unfortunately, you don't have this built up yet. You should soon, so... He gets to go twice, it looks like, because he's got the double slash attack thing. So let's go... So if you were to... You would be waiting, so we're gonna stick you here then. Great. Yes, you do get to go twice, which is awesome. Maybe I should just save up some craft. Yeah, I'm actually gonna just save up the craft. Because we are now completely set. But I didn't want to push them towards Tio, which kind of sucks. So I will actually just... I'm just gonna hit you. So go away. Well, actually, maybe I should just use an art. Because you'll get to go again. You might freeze, honestly. You have the opportunity to do this again, and we should definitely slow this man's down. That's fine. Here's the thing, I could use an art, but that would... Okay, no, we actually wouldn't... Okay, we would crit heal there. I don't want to crit heal. I would like to hit the roundhouse kick next turn. So let me just attack you. And now you have craft for a critical roundhouse kick. And you can hit both of them. Big kicks. Yes, there we go. And that's enough. And you get to go again. Look, this is a nice little team we got here. The speed lowering, that's kind of nice. Because he gets to go again. Because you get a crit. Actually, well, alright, yeah, I want this angle. Yeah, we will definitely S-break with a crit, 100%. Why would I not do that? And, oh, look at my boy. You ain't doing nothing. Perfect. Excellent. The Lloyd learned stun break. Awesome. Yeah, I kind of like this screen a lot better. I think that's kind of neat. Got a battle scope. I did not analyze either of them. That's on me. Kind of. Good. You damned kids. Whew. I knew they weren't going to be pushovers, but that was tough. That man was brandishing an Erebonian manufactured military grade pistol. Good to know. The latest model I might add. I'm sure that's just one of the many kinds of weapons their group smuggles. By the way, Lloyd, I must say you played your part as bait to perfection. The dramatic confrontation and fall, it looks so real, it had me on the edge of my seat. Well, your plan didn't give me much of a choice, did it? I wasn't about to let anybody else put themselves in harm's way. I did not find that reason enough to volunteer for such a dangerous role. You really are considerate to a fault. Really? That soft-hearted nature of yours is sure to cause problems in the future. It probably is. Although, I don't necessarily find that part of you to be a turnoff. Was he? Huh? Anyway, I was able to exact my revenge, and it was all thanks to your help. Your cooperation has been much appreciated. We did it. You cocky little. Where do you get off acting like you've won? Now you've done it, you sons of bitches. From this day on, you made an enemy of Ravage. You damn rookies will rue the day. All the Diet members are on our payroll. Don't think you'll get away scot-free. Is that what you think? What? It looks like you haven't taken your lesson to heart yet. New plan, I'm gonna hang you dumbasses upside down like a bunch of punching bags, then beat the absolute piss out of you. Hey, you know what? Go ahead, Vald. But please. Wait, Vald, that's going too far. No, not to worry, you can leave the rest to us. Vald, try not to get too carried away, okay? These guys are professionals after all. They could bite back even stronger next time if you mess with them too much. Whatever. How about this, boys? Why don't we keep this friendly little spat to ourselves? I doubt pros like yourselves would want to have your bosses find out you got your asses handed to you by a bunch of brats like us. Such a pathetic report wouldn't go over well now, would it? Get bent, asshole. You would be too eager under if we were taking you seriously. My, I'm no lawyer, but if you ask me, it's probably in your best interest to bow out now. Grace? What are you doing here? I've been keeping my eyes peeled for my new favorite rookies these past days. And much of my expectations, what an absolute feast of information you've given me. You cannot post this, Grace. You cannot post this. Oh boy, I'm dying to write up a riveting tale in my next article about this unlikely operation. But why you? You're the bitch from the local rag. You think you can take Ravage on, huh? Well, circumstances are more complicated than I care for, so I won't reveal your names. However, if you bad boys are caught pulling another stunt like this, I can't make any promises. Grace, let's go, girl. Let's go. Fine, whatever. We'll be going now. But if you don't keep your word, lady. Yeah, standard issue threat, I got it. To be fair, though, you're the ones that should be worrying about keeping your promises. Wouldn't want to be in hot water, would we? Cross the line again, and a little birdie told me you might find bracers on your tails. What? The bracers? Just an FYI, Arios was strongly considering taking over this case. Naturally, and being as in demand as he is, he was totally up into his neck in request. He figured he'd leave it to the guys in your guys' hands this time. Is that true? He's keeping tabs on us, eh? That appears to be the case. Oh hell no. As if we'd ever be moronic enough to make an enemy of Arios McLean. There's no point in staying in this dump any longer. We're out of here. Hey, appreciate that, Grace. Oh boy, Arios McLean, the Divine Blade of Wind. I've heard my fair share of his exploits, but I didn't think the name alone would be enough to send the Mafia packing. To hell with this shit. Screw it. Show's over, boys. Get your asses moving. We're leaving. Yeah. I must say, we couldn't have done it without your help. I'm assuming this means mission accomplished for you? Yeah, I suppose so. Though I guess our original mission was only to stop one fight between your gang a few days ago. Anyway, you wouldn't have a reason to go to war with Vald anymore, right? What are you going on about now? What? Whether the Mafia's involved or not, it's not like our relations with the Saber Vipers are going to change overnight. We're still going to view each other as a blight on our territory. That won't change. Sure, there probably won't be another large conflict between us for a while, but our regular scuffles are bound to continue, no doubt about it. Hold on now! If you don't want our future fights to get out of hand, you're more than welcome to stop by and intervene when the time comes. Perhaps you can even join in our amicable little disputes. I'd welcome you with loving arms. Wazzy, please! I don't get the impression that he's joking in the slightest. Well then, I wish you sweet dreams, everyone. Let's return to Abbas. Our crusade is ended. Let us withdraw. I keep forgetting that that's basically the leader. And Wazzy's the mouthpiece. What an incorrigible group of men. Man, leave them be. They're just a bunch of hot-headed dudes ran for a fight. Nothing you can do about it. For once, you might be right. More importantly, we've successfully resolved our mission. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, I guess. It just doesn't feel very satisfying for some reason. We're still not good enough. We had to rely on someone else to finish the job yet again. How was that? Did I nail it? Well... what useless petty pride. There's nothing wrong with accepting a little help in times like these, rather. How is she gonna uncover the full truth? Only once you've understood that you can, can you truly call yourself a detective. Just like your brother. Huh? You know my brother? Well, I think it's time for me to head home now. I've gotta exfoliate. Yo! She exfoliates? You'd be surprised how much work it takes to keep the skin flawless. Anyway, nighty-night. Man, your brother was pretty famous, huh, Lloyd? Judging from what I've heard, it sounds like he was an extremely talented individual. When he was on the job, there weren't a lot of people that could outrank him when it came to proactiveness and persistence. At any rate, our mission is complete. Let's return to the SSS and give Chief Sergei our report. I think I get the picture. Well, this is about what I expected from you guys. If we get another case like this, I'm sure you'll be better. You'll be able to handle it better. Yes, sir. He's pretty hard to please. Anyway, I'm sure you caught a glimpse of it during this case, the thorny, problematic side of Crossbell. Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be a pain in the ass. Crossbell's seedy underbelly, a complicated hotbed of corruption hidden just below the surface. It's true. Let me just remind you that the people over at the CPD headquarters are anything but incompetent. Sure, some idiots decide to trade their dignity for bribes, but most of our detectives are pretty damn capable. They've got morals and a sense of justice. However, they're often stopped by certain barriers. Politicians and public officials who've sold their honor to the Mafia, for example. So about it, Lloyd. Ready to turn in your badge and become a bracer? Okay, that's the easiest way to go about it, not for nothing. No, sir. These barriers are the reason the special support section was established, right? Oh. Protect civilians above all else. The Bracers Code is admirable, but it has its own limitations. It does. That is... Yeah. He's completely right. There are some things likely that they're not likely. Some things that the Bracers cannot do that we specifically can do. The Bracers Code is admirable, but it has its own limitations. We've experienced those limitations in the past. Some problems can't be solved by that alone. Smuggling and illegal arms dealing, the sale of stolen goods and mirror laundering, collusion between the mafia and government officials, these are all problems that lie outside of Bracer's jurisdiction. He's got a point. So, oh man, so that is the route that we're taking with this. I like that. That also makes me wonder, will we ever be Bracers again, or will we continue to be like something like the SSS here? I'm not sure, but I'm very curious. I thought we'd just kind of be following continuously the line of Bracers, but this is fascinating. Go on. So even the power of the supporting gauntlet has its limitations. However, as police officers, we have the power to right these wrongs. Countless barriers may stand in our way, but the possibility of getting over them isn't zero. And I, as Lloyd, have zero miedo. Zero fear. We as the SSS can create opportunities others can't for true change in Crossbow. That's what you're trying to say rather, isn't it? Yeah, but hopefully I'm not being too optimistic. I don't think reality is, I do not think the reality is not as simple as you make it out to be. However, I agree that there is never zero possibility. Take a look at this guy, would you? Dueling with the head of a delinquent group, volunteering as bait to lure out the mafia. Here I had you pegged as a serious type, but it turns out you're as hot-blooded as they come. I'm not sure if hot-blooded is really the right term, Randy. Still, working with all of you on the last case has helped me realize this. While it's true that we're still inexperienced, as long as we stick together, no matter how high they may be, there isn't a single barrier that we can't overcome. Yeah, baby. Well, Lloyd. Well, how about that? Perhaps the cheesiest speech yet. You don't have to laugh that hard, Chief. You think I have my head in the clouds, don't you? I think you're fine the way you are. Well, it's true the SSS was created under some special, complicated circumstances. It's your guys' job to decide where we go from here. Use this division however you see fit. Chief, I might not be able to give you much direct assistance with your missions, but if you end up pulling some crazy stunt to tick off HQ, I can at least toss you a bone and cover for you guys. I like it. We appreciate it, Chief. I see you prefer a laissez-faire approach. Sheesh, being understanding is one thing, but this is getting closer to carelessness, Chief. Perhaps laziness is more apt. It's just one perk of being a no-good adult. Will the SSS remain a pale imitation of the Bracers Guild, or will it become something new? Something that creates new possibilities for this. This is Randy's voice. New possibilities for the city. I, for one, am going to kick back with a cigarette and watch the fireworks. And just like that, we finished the prologue, which was longer than I thought it would be, but you know what? I enjoyed it. Nice. We did it. Oh. $11 bonus DP? But no pay? That's crazy. Oh, this is Quarrel Arbitration is definitely the main mission that we did. Mainly because, well, got a whole bunch of DP from that. That's crazy. Welcome to the Force. Oh my gosh. Completed a chapter without suffering a KO in battle. Okay, well, there weren't really many opportunities to suffer a KO in battle. I guess we had one opportunity. That last fight, we could have suffered a KO in battle. Save, continue. Oh, we just saved, right? Yeah, so we saved on that screen. I guess we could just return to the title screen, because this is definitely the end of the episode. I don't want to get too far into a bunch of dialogue, but I'd like to get a little peek at what Chapter 1 has in store. Seems like you had another rough month, Arios. It's fine. Nothing new as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, rather, I'm here regarding my payment. No prob, via IBC as usual, I presume, rather. Look, seeing as I'm the one giving you all these requests, I'm sure I'm the last person to talk. But perhaps you consider reducing your workload just a teensy bit. I can only imagine how lonely Shizuku must be. Okay. Oops, sorry, I wouldn't bring this up anymore. I said I wouldn't bring this up anymore, didn't I? That reminds me, headquarters contacted me again. They keep bugging me to get you to accept the offer. They're seriously still at it. I've rejected their offers numerous times already. How many more will it take? Well, can you blame me? I'm sure they're just desperate to find someone to fill the gaping hole Cassius Bright left behind when he quit. He did leave the Bracers to join the army. That, I suppose that makes sense. But also, he said Cassius Bright. Oh. Didn't you two chain under the same master? You're basically equals when you look at your stats in the guild, so hurry up and accept already. While that may be true on paper, we're completely different people. Unlike Cassius, I haven't solved any conflicts on an international scale. To be honest, even being considered his equal is far more than I deserve. Look, Ariosa, that's what I kind of figured. I figured you were like Timu Cassius Bright, but not quite Timu Cassius Bright. I think you're more like Timu is a direct insult. Great Value is also direct insult. What's like a minor brand? So let's say like Colgate is your main brand. You're like a Crest that's still like an applicable toothpaste. That like does everything that Colgate does. It's just, you know, Colgate is, you know, the number one. Oh, don't give me any of that. We both know that isn't true. What about the case in Rimiferia? The Grand Prince himself presented you with a Medal of Honor. If you ask me, that's more than enough of a qualification. I have to disagree. I never truly resolved the case. Issue, rather. I may have prevented the immediate disaster, but the masterminds responsible are still out there. I'd actually intended to refuse the medal. Gosh, Arios, you're a regular stick in the mud, you know that. Come on, accepting that promotion will drop your workload a bit. You've done hundreds of requests this month alone for Adios' sake. That can't be healthy. Well, I certainly don't feel like I bit off more than I can chew. Traveling for work isn't nearly as strenuous now that there are more trains and flights coming in and out of the city. And besides, those two bracers transferring here should help reduce my workload a bit. Oh, you mean those kitties? I suppose you're right, they may be rookies, but I see a lot of potential in them. That's right, we're about to have some rookie bracers. The other two mentioned that. It's been 3 years? 3 years since Lloyd came back from the police. I guess since he left and came back after becoming a detective, or I guess getting his certifications. At the very least, they'll be much more dependable than those kids in the special support section. Oh wait, would you speak of the devil? I was gonna say let's toggle that off. Come on in, we're upstairs. On the second floor? Gotcha. Thanks for having us. So it's a young woman and a young man. What? Huh? Holy smokes, Arios is here too. Well, these are not my, that's not my Estelle, and that's definitely not my Joshua. What kind of wannabes are these? I'm glad we managed to catch you while you're in. Yes, it's quite a lucky coincidence. It's been 3 months or so, hasn't it? I'm glad to see you're both well. I never imagined we'd be seeing you two transferring to our little branch. This is just fantastic. Now that you're both here, we'll have Crossbow cleaned up in no time flat. Ahahaha, we may be good, but we're not that good. We'll do our best to live up to your expectations. This is not Estelle and Joshua, right? This is Estelle and Joshua. I was like, they look the same there, but I feel like even the sprites like look a little like off, you know? Were her eyes always red? I guess they were I thought they were more brown, but maybe that's the right color. Abhor our manners, we should officially introduce ourselves. Estelle Bright, I'm Senior Bracer. Joshua, I feel like looks very different though. Joshua Bright, also a Senior Bracer. Officially reporting for duty at the Bracers Guild Crossbow branch, whatever. I don't trust it, actually. Something in my gut is saying I don't trust it, even though I kind of expected them to be in Crossbow at some point, especially if Rain's family is here. But like, all of my gut is saying some don't feel quite kosher about this. I guess they were traveling. Why would they be in chapter 1? Everything, all signs point to this being not quite right, you know? All of it feels like it's not quite right, and even they've just felt like they weren't quite right, you know? The chief sure is late. I'd like to start our morning meeting soon if we can. I really don't think we can begin without him, rather. I would have slept in if we knew we'd just be waiting around. Waking up at noon, hitting the casinos, letting the good times roll in the wee hours, that's the life. The life is of a hopeless reprobate. I'm sorry I'm late, everyone. Chief Sergey, good morning, sir. Good morning, shall we start the meeting now? No need. Just got a call from HQ. You guys have been assigned a special mission today, congrats, sir. A special mission? I'm getting some bad vibes already. Is it similar to the previous one? Don't look at me, they didn't give me any details. You'll have to go to the main CPD building and find out yourselves. Your client will be waiting for you there. Oh no, they're taking me straight here. Unfortunate. I thought I was going to get a chance to walk there, and I would have been very pleased about that. Because then I would have saved, and we would have been fine. Police headquarters, 3rd floor. This is the part where I actually get shot up by the mafia, and the game is over. Well, here we are again for another visit with Vice Commissioner Jackass. I can only imagine what he wants to bitch about us this time. Remember that we were told that this was for a client waiting for us. Safe to say, rather, he didn't call us here to complain. I have a sinking feeling he will find a reason to scold us regardless. I know what you mean. We just can't let it get to us, though. Lloyd Banning's reporting in. The special support section has arrived. Come in. Excuse us. Oh, I recognize that uniform. The Crossbell Guard Force, right? Aw, hell. Randy. My, is that how you greet a former superior officer, Randy Orlando? Oh no. Care to elaborate on any hidden meanings behind that outburst of yours? Oh no, I was just surprised to see you here is all, that's all. Do you two know each other? Your reaction is that of a man with a guilty conscience. Oh no! Oh I kinda like the Vice Commissioner sometimes, hold on a minute. He was like, oh, world star! Show some respect, you four. This here is Lieutenant Colonel Sonia Bagels. I'm sorry, Bales. Commissioner. Deputy Commander of the CGF. Deputy Commander of the CGF? Please forgive our misbehavior. Lieutenant Colonel is one of the higher ranks of in the military command chain of command. Is she that distinguished? Oh, you have no idea. She is the CFG's second in command, after all. Taking into account her expertise and how much pull she might have in the force, she might as well be in charge. At ease, detectives. So you're the SSS I've heard so much about. Yeah, oh, you've heard much about us. That's unfortunate. We were told you were looking to submit a support request with us. Is that right? You should feel honored, rookies. It's unheard of for useless greenhorns like yourselves to be called upon by the Deputy Commander herself. Vice Commissioner Pierce, allow me to handle it from here. But... Understood, I'll leave it in your capable hands, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, actually. You are fine now. Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Sonia Bales, Deputy Commander of the Cross-Sports Guardian Force. She is... I came here to ask the support of the SSS to lend us your expertise on a particular matter. Let me begin with a brief overview of the situation. An investigation of monster attacks? That's correct, Detective. Several locations throughout Crossbell have reported similar cases of monster attacks over the past month. I'd like for your division's cooperation in this investigation in this matter. Well, wait, just a moment, please. You want us to investigate attacks that have been happening outside of Crossbell City? Do you take issue with that? No, ma'am, not at all. Ma'am, if I'm not mistaken, the CGF is conducting its own investigation into the matter, right? Considering that, is there even any room for us to help? Yes, plenty in fact. Too many questions remain unanswered to write these off as ordinary monsters attacks. And as much as I hate to admit it, our investigators have hit a dead end. Therefore, I'm hoping the investigation will provide a benefit from a different point of view. A different point of view? A trained detective, to be exact, one that will greatly differ greatly from a guardsman's. By that reasoning, however, I wouldn't specifically need the SSS. I could have, for example, gone to the renowned 1st Division for their assistance instead. I would love to introduce you to them, but as you know, they are preoccupied with their duties. As you can see, a number of unforeseen circumstances have led us to seeking the aid of the SSS. Are there any objections? No, ma'am. We'll gladly accept your request and aid you in your ongoing investigation. How exactly would you like us to assist? Sergeant Major Seeker? Hey, Major Seeker! Here you are. Oh, thank you. Huh? Wait. She seems... Huh? Is something wrong? Do I know you? I'm fine, my apologies. I can't help but feel like I've seen her somewhere before. Have I seen her somewhere before? A report? It appears to be a case file from the CFG. Or the CGF. Oh, goodness gracious. Pardon me. Correct. It contains all of our findings thus far. So like, I don't remember. I think they were called like Zero Force Generators, the ZGFs. My brain is still thinking of those from Sky the Second. Continue. We'd prefer if you began your investigation having only read that file. Doing so will eliminate unwanted bias from your work. I see. In that case, we'll look through it as soon as we're done here. We'll leave it in your capable hands. Well, I suppose we'll have to excuse ourselves for now. We'll establish a direct line of contact with the SSS, so don't hesitate to contact us if you need anything. Roger. My apologies for the disturbance, Vice Commissioner. No, not at all. Feel free to drop by my office anytime. Looks like you're a bit more comfortable with your current work, Randy. Yeah. Well, you know. I'd say the work here is more thrilling than staring at the border and doing all drills all day. Good to hear. I'm glad my efforts to transfer you were worth it. Oh! That's nice. Let's head out, Seeker. Hi! I'll be taking my leave. Randy, did you and her... Ooh, man, oh man. So she was your superior officer back in the Guardian Force, Randy? She sure was. She wasn't my direct boss, though. She gave me a bunch of tips and pointers for our training and drill sessions. And don't let her gorgeous looks fool you. You cross the alien, bam, full nightmare mode. She'll scare the piss right out of you. Knowing Randy, I can only assume his terrible work ethic to set her off on multiple occasions. I could absolutely see that happening. He has an act for getting in trouble with women. On that note, do you know the girl who was accompanying the deputy commander, Randy? Nah, never seen him before. I'd bet a pretty mirror that she is the Tangram Gate division of the CGF. Those guys assist the Deputy Commander Bales with her work. Oh, wait a second. Don't tell me you've taken a fancy to her. Oh, don't worry. I got some connections. I can get you two in touch. Well, Lloyd, was it love at first sight? Well, yo, Ellie was like, well? Tia was like, well? No, it was nothing like that. I just had a strange feeling that I met her somewhere before. Oh, yeah, we are just in this man's office. Oh. Right. You're here. How much longer do you rookies plan to take up space in my precious office spewing pointless drivel? Don't tell me. Is this a plot for that good-for-nothing Sergey to have you come in here and humiliate me? No, sir, definitely not. We're terribly sorry, sir. Please excuse our rudeness. Well, go on, get out of here. To think that every single one of you ignored my warning. You should know full well what awaits you then. Well, hey now. Whatever, enjoy that little investigation of yours out in the wilderness. I'm sure it'll be a fun little camping trip. Why don't we transfer your entire team to the Guardian Force while we're at it? We can boot that damn Sergey out along with you. If you'll excuse us. Hate that guy. Vice Commissioner Jackass strikes again. I swear, as soon as I step in there and see that dumb tuft of hair on his forehead, my blood pressure spikes. A pathetic attempt to stave off a receding hairline. Oh god, Tio, put him to work! I suppose we were being disrespectful in front of him. However, that doesn't warrant his condescending, vulgar tone with us. Let's try and forget about him for now, you guys. We should head back to the SSS building and go through this report. After that, we'll need to decide on the direction we should take with the investigation. Right, Lieutenant Colonel Bales gave us the impression that that these weren't ordinary monster attacks. I am curious what she meant by too many unanswered questions remain. I have a feeling we're not walking around yet. Oh, no, we're actually going through the summary. Okay. There's been a string of recent attacks by unidentified monsters without crossbow. The Guardian Forces performed an investigation in an attempt to evaluate these incidents. Witnesses at each of the 3 locations report seeing or hearing wolf-like monsters. The following 3 pages detail each case. America Village. 3 weeks ago, night. Entire area damaged. Crops and livestock of all families damaged to varying degrees. Damage not discovered until morning after, according to the village chief. Eyewitnesses none, all villagers were asleep. Other evidence, various canine prints were discovered inside the village. No similar prints found in the area outside the village. 2. St. Ursula Medical College. Okay. 1 week ago, hospital premises damages. 1 medical resident was attacked and wounded by a trespassing pack of monsters found by hospital staff morning after. The injured residents reported seeing black wolf-like monsters. Other evidence, none found at the scene of the attack. Statement was vague and possibly inaccurate. And 3rd was the Maine's mining village 2 days ago at 10. So this was 2 days ago. In front of the inn. Damages, 1 miner was heading home. Was injured by a pack of monsters. A colleague was rushed to his aid, rather. Eyewitnesses, townspeople saw wolves escaping. Other evidence, prints discovered near the scene that resembled those found in America Village. The mining equipment in this town was damaged, and now, there's another 3rd incident, rather. Patrols may be necessary. Huh. This is worse than I thought. So this is really happening everywhere. It seems most of these incidents haven't been reported by the media yet, though. Yeah, there's something fishy going on, no question. These are definitely not your typical monster attacks. Do we know whether or not these wolf-like monsters are native to Crossbow? I'm not sure, actually. But clear paw prints were definitely found at the scene of each incident. So I think it's safe to say these creatures, that creatures like this exist and are in the area. But the CG's investigation still hasn't confirmed their existence, right? That's a little disconcerting. For real, these monsters must be pretty damn crafty if they're able to pull off all these attacks without ever being seen. Well, they were seen in one of them, right? Walking away and leaving. I mean, shouldn't they have hired some sort of kind of hunter to track them down instead? Probably so. I'm not certain we will be able to contribute much to this case. Lloyd, what's the matter? Did that ace detective light bulb of yours start flickering again? Not exactly, I was just thinking. I know these are monster attacks, but why don't we treat these as we would any other investigation? Well, I suppose the deputy commander did say she wanted a detective's point of view. Should we search the clues as per usual? Yeah, and if we treat these as a series of attacks as a part of being a one large case, who would our culprit be? Obviously the wolf-like monsters reported in the report mentioned, right? Sounds like a pack of them have been moving together. True, and with that in mind, what would the profile and motive of the culprits be? Unknown. Motive? Oh, I understand now. You're saying that a motive isn't apparent from these reports. Huh? Exactly. If these monsters are as intelligent as we suspect, they would typically stay away from populated areas, yeah. If the motive was hunger, the medical college would be the last place they'd look for food. There has to be some sort of hidden truth that explains these seemingly irrational behaviors. Huh? Logically speaking, that does make sense. Huh? So I suppose we settled on a direction for our investigation then. I think so. We'll start by visiting the affected areas and gathering information from anyone connected to the incident. By doing things our way, we'll be able to supply the CGF with some supplementary info at the very least. I agree. Every little clue and lead we can find will lead to going towards helping the CG. Whew, that's a relief. And here I was thinking we'd be spending the day blindly hunting monsters in the mountains. So, Lloyd, where do you suggest we begin our investigation? Let's see. How about we start with America Village? That was the first area attacked. Considering America was the most detailed, maybe we'll be able to gather enough clues to start building a profile of the monsters. That sounds like a good start. America Village is in the northwest of Crossbow City, right? Yeah, we should be able to get there by taking the bus from the... Oh, we can actually take a bus? That's kind of neat. From the east exit. Needless to say, this is our first mission outside of the city. We don't know what we're heading into, so let's make sure we're well prepared. Makes sense. To be safe, we should check any new support requests that have come in too. Alright, well, what I do want to do is grab these. Just so they're in our notebook. And we will bow out for this episode. So we had a wolf problem, but we also saw, quote-unquote, Estelle and Joshua. And I'm gonna be real, I don't believe it's them. They just look too different in this game. And I think, I feel like they did that on purpose, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. But something in my gut says that that's not really Estelle and Joshua. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We'll see. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but it don't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. I know that they were gonna be in Crossspell, right? But I'm starting to think we got some imposters. I'm taking off. Toodaloo Flight Crew. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I was gonna say when I have your comments, but I actually did have a good chunk of your comments this time. Thank you for watching.